All right, let's get into it. So, we're pretty much going to jump right into combat in a second, because that's where we left off last time. But the previous session, you guys have fought your way almost through the entirety of Book 2 of this campaign, which is, of course, the Starstone Blockade. After briefing the council that the threat was coming, protecting Absalom Station by defeating threats that came up within it as the Starstone was deactivated, going to the reactor and regenerating all the power, and then eventually spearheading a assault of more than 30 fleets to combat the absolute dreadnought of a ship that had arrived. You guys were wholly successful in all three major battle zones. And were able to, after the final battle zone fell, which was the shields, were escorted by a group of Vesk fighters down to the surface of the Ark itself. You guys were able to fly a bit before having to touch down and run across the surface after avoiding various hazards, metal flying everywhere, drone attacks swooping by, anti-personnel turrets, that kind of thing. You guys made it to the runic airlock, which you know is your point of egress. It should be noted also, I do have it in my notes, that you guys did use your autonomous boarding pods to fire into various parts of the ship, so certain checks will be made easier by the fact that, presumably, you guys have troops in here that are automated, including Opal and Diamond was the conglomeration of your robots that have gone inside. You guys are able to make it to the runic airlock. I'm going to show that art again. You guys can tell that it is certainly a very intense mix of Magitech, clearly arcane locked, as well as some sort of cipher. Jasper was one I couldn't remember. I knew it was one of the bigger gemstones. But upon approach, you guys had seen it circling previously, but it has now landed in front of you. You guys have seen a dragon touchdown. I'm going to read the part right here as you guys got to the airlock. Beyond the deadly plateaus of the Ark Prime's hull is a deep ravine, and within it, the door to a wide airlock surrounded by glowing sigils several hundred feet away. The entrance cracks open, and a towering blue-green dragon emerges, its wings rippling with intricate patterns, and with a flex of its shoulders and a pump of muscles strong enough to shatter steel, the dragon launches itself into the air as the door closes behind it. Though its wing beats are silent against the backdrop of empty void, the dragon nonetheless opens its mouth and emits a shrill psychic scream. Arrogant beings, struggling to remain wallowing in your own mediocrity. The dragon's voice echoes in a dull, mental roar. Defeat me if you think you can. The scions of the Civ Dominion await you beyond. They will break you, as this single ship has broken the combined strength of your worlds. And on sense motive checks last time, you guys did determine it looks like this dragon has been intensely indoctrinated to the point where you're not going to be able to unindoctrinate it by some checks in combat. It is fully under the mental control of the Civ. And I don't think anyone made a last check on it to know about them specifically. It did introduce itself as Pazodioth. If anyone wants to make a mysticism check so they know about outer dragons, specifically outer void dragons. Whew, coming in hot out the gates, the 46. This is indeed an old void dragon, which does put in the gargantuan size category. Unlike a frightening presence that more traditional dragons have, on your first turn you have to make a save against an alien presence, which will sicken you instead of making you frightened. It is fully able to go through the void without being, frozen or needing to breathe. Its fly speed is pretty damn fast, close to 250 feet. You know that, like many things, dragon's bite and claws are very devastating, also as a tail slap. They are known to have spell resistance. They are immune to cold. They're immune to cold, confusion, and paralysis. You would also know that anyone who is completely reduced to 0 by a void dragon's attack has to spend a resolve point or be immediately slain and reduced to dust. This is known as its obliteration effect. Finally, perhaps the most important fact everyone wants to know about dragons, this dragon's breath weapon is suffocating breath. Instead of a cone of cold, it breathes a 30-foot cone of energy that suffocates everything it touches. Air-breathing creatures in the cone must succeed at a fortitude, or begin attempting con checks to avoid suffocation, even if you have various environmental protections. All right.
Awesome.
Any questions before you fight this crazy dragon?
Is it too late to go back?
Sure is. Things flies 250 feet around, baby.
Run away.
Even your ridiculous speed you guys have. Oh, also, Zashi, I believe, still has one leg.
Did we not
Did we never?
Did we fix that? I don't remember.
me an appendage or grow it back?
I thought, because I think I got. Let me look at my spells.
I feel like you might have used a gem to do it at the end.
Yeah, I think even if we didn't explicitly state it, I think my plan, and I probably forgot to do it because Zashi wasn't in game at the time. My plan was probably to buy, because I didn't want to spend a new spell slot on Regenerate. My plan was to buy a spell gem of Regenerate.
I'd say if you want to say you purchased that, that's fine. I think we did discuss that last time. I just didn't listen all the way through the final session, or last session.
Yeah. I don't
but that
think
sounds... It seems like something you would do. So I'd say, yeah, if you want to pay for the gem, we will say Zashi is regenerated. Yeah, we'll say Zashi, you got your leg.
I appreciate it.
Nothing, nothing is out of reach.
I don't think she needs it. I think she's good without it. So
nothing is out of reach anymore with the amount of money you guys have. All right. Any questions from the recap, or you guys ready to roll initiative? Let me just clear the order. Alrighty. In that case, we will roll initiative. Oh, on the wrong layer. That's why I wasn't clicking stuff.
Nice. Shit.
You do got good stuff.
I love rolling a high initiative, but then I have to immediately decide what I'm going to do. I don't like that.
Also, I realize that is one square too small. He should be one square bigger. There we go. There's the big boy. Alright. In that case... Oh, why is our turn tracker not working? Whatever. Flack, it is all you with a 35 to start.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unbunch us. This is up here where this blue circle is, that's a trench, right?
Yeah, I think I placed you over it, but yeah, you would be far on like the lighter green. Oh, okay, cool. Now it's got the tracker. Perfect.
All right. So, are all these things that are sort of indicated here, are these buildings? Is it indentions? Or I'm just kind of wondering what all this stuff is.
It does not explicitly list them as such, but I would say you could probably use some of the bigger ones as cover. So like this one over here, these ones. We'll say anything that doesn't have a mass of like 6 or more squares is not going to be cover.
Okay, 1, 2.
If that makes sense.
All right. Yes. So I will move.
Yes, sir.
To try and get a little cover behind this building. and I'll just start off with a trick shot and see how it goes. Cloaking field is not active yet.
Also, I don't think I clarified her breath weapon. She can use a regular breath weapon. Also can do suffocating. It's her choice. The regular one is just cold.
Okay.
Like a normal ice dragon.
Does 37 check? Does that do it?
It's 20 plus the thing, right? Does not do it, no.
No.
Also, at the top of your turn, if you want to give me a will save versus its alien presence aura.
Is this a mind affecting effect?
No, it is not. Alright, that is a fail. Let me just roll for this. You are sickened for 4 rounds.
Jesus.
As you kind of just like, it's like just such an unfathomably huge creature that is just existing in space without being destroyed. It's sickening to be in its presence.
That hurts. But I will attempt a shot here with my laser pistol. It was a 32 hit.
32. This is what AC? Which one was this? This is the
Zenith laser pistol.
that does hit against the AC. 32.
All right, 40.5 damage.
Part of its scales burn away.
Okay, I want to look at something real quick.
Yes, sir.
How much distance I actually traveled here, because I might run away a little bit here. So that was about 50, so I can go 20 more. Well, there was no cover here, was there? This
I'd say that's a big enough. That's got like 6 squares worth of terrain on it. Like
I'm
1,
gonna jump
2, 4.
kind of right, this little nook right here.
Using like, you know, the bounding leaps of not entirely 0G, but the gravity is a little bit reduced. And using your jump jets, like weaving between protrusions on the hull, get the shot off, take a hit, end up over here. MK, that is you.
Okay, so bear with me for a second. Are we in? I forget. Are we in a room or are we on the surface of the?
You're on the surface of the ship.
Okay. Interesting. So I think what I would like to do, and I'm not sure. Fuck it. I think MK is outraged on behalf of this clearly enslaved creature. I mean, this dragon from the void is, you know, a really amazing being, and to see it reduced to this sort of bootlicker is very upsetting to MK. And you watch as MK's eyes glow bright purple, and in a wall in front of the dragon and between Flack and the dragon, you watch as the little hydrogen atoms in the air start to ignite, and suddenly a wall of a star wall erupts into existence, splitting the battlefield between the dragon and the party. An immobile vertical curtain of glowing electromagnetically charged gas.
Good God.
Literally just the surface of the sun.
Yeah, holy shit. How wide is it?
So it is 20 feet long per level. In any form, it can only be 20 feet high, which is annoying. But I think I'm just going to pop it into existence, like sort of cutting through its square, like this way.
Gotcha.
See what I mean?
Like that?
Yeah. So that at least it takes that damage. So 20 feet times 17.
400
So
something
long.
feet, I think, or 300
Super
something.
long. Basically, it disappears into the curvature of the spaceship.
Your hands glow purple then blue, and whoom, the air, or lack of air, the void seems to ripple in front of you as the gas ignites along this path. Yeah, just disappearing into that curvature.
So, I guess first thing, most importantly, he takes 12d6 fire and electricity.
Yes.
Unless he's undead.
He is
but I don't
not
think he is.
undead, and I don't think there is any save on this. So go ahead and roll 12d6.
Okay.
Ooh, good starts, good starts. All right.
Take it.
Body
And then I
arcs
think-
with energy.
Yeah. He's also subject to high radiation, which we've looked at before and means absolutely nothing
Yeah, it doesn't
until
really
the next
matter.
day. So
He
whoever
is-
lives beyond this is going to have to deal with radiation poisoning tomorrow. Because it also deals radiation poison out to like 30 feet.
Gotcha. All right. In that case, it is Zashi as he rears back, crackling with energy.
From this description, is he also potentially blinded for 1 round? A creature within 5 feet of the wall when it appears must succeed at a reflex save or become blinded for 1 round.
Haha.
Probably does it. Reflex.
Maybe.
It's like 37 or something.
Fuck you.
I don't make these monster stat blocks.
Hey, worth a shot.
All right, now it is Zashi.
Okay. Zashi is... So, would about here, would that, like these squares, would that be someplace where you would have cover from this kind
If
of...
you're behind like this box thing, yes. Not this little one over here. Or this one, yes.
Okay, so if I went like... Click, darn it. There.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Zashi will do a soldier's onslaught with her laser rifle, and then she's gonna scurry on over.
Draw the rifle.
So, 1, 2, 3.
2 hit and 1 miss.
Cool. Assuming the first and the last hit.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
38.
getting closer to bloodied.
Cool. Yeah, and then I'm gonna run over to there and crouch down or whatever I can do to make the most of him not being able to see me, maybe.
Fair enough. All right. He's going to fly over here away from that wall.
Well, that was worth nothing.
Let's see. Zashi's going to be left out of it, but it is going to breathe its suffocating breath. This cloud of like black and purple energy, much deeper, more bruised purple than MK's. The 3 of you next to him are going to make a fortitude save.
So, did he pass through the wall?
I think that's what I'm trying. I was reading through it right now while you guys are making the saves, because he already took it from being in it. I don't know if he passes through it again.
Wall deals fire and electricity to any creature passing through. If you evoke the wall so that it...
Wall also deals 12d6 fire and electricity damage to any creature passing through it.
Yeah.
I guess it still had to bring the back half of it through, so I would say just roll it again.
And in fairness, I will say the wall is maximum 20 feet high.
So. He still would have had to go. He was already in the wall, so even if he'd gone straight up, it still would have been. I don't know. I feel like he'd still have to fly through it.
Okay. Twist my arm.
He's just like a 5x5 square. He's fucking enormous. All right. Going to these rolls.
So I also wanted to grind things to a halt with the rolls because technically MK does not breathe.
This specifically is to like remove, I guess, environmental protections. It's not. I don't know if that qualifies. It's very extremely vague.
I mean, the only reason I bring it up is because MK from like level 1 has been able to exist in the void without. I think it's a star shaman thing.
I think if you innately. It does specify that it has to be a creature that breathes air, which you are no longer because you're a star shaman.
Yeah. Immune to effects of space.
But I think Koss and Jack still would.
So I have a respiration combat. It says I can get a +4 to con checks to continue holding my breath.
It does not. This is like bypassing that right now.
Okay. It also gives a +2 to saving throws against inhaled poisons or airborne toxins.
This is not one of those. It is energy based.
Okay.
All right, 33.
Might be good to spread out.
Okay, that is just barely a pass from each of you.
The save is different for both of us?
No, but 26 and 33 are both passes.
Oh, okay.
I was saying like just barely, and like one of you almost failed. You were farther up.
Oh, okay.
What will he do next? Alright, he's going to do his multi-attack. He is going to bite, double claw, and tail slap Jax in the middle.
Alright.
Get more dice for this.
Right. Never good when the DM says I gotta get more dice for this.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
Going down the line, 41.
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
We need it, god damn it.
That one's a miss. For sure. That one's a nat 1. The next one is 45 against KAC.
That exactly hits.
Okay.
God, you're a beast. Man.
He takes 2d6 lightning. Suck it. Pazuzu.
You are going to take 56 damage, but he will take the lightning damage.
Alright. Let me just... I gotta do math here. Alright, continue.
I think that is all he's doing for now. Is there any other shenanigan he's doing? Not at the moment. Jax.
My god. Titan Shield, for love of fucking god, Titan Shield.
Alright, fair enough.
And... Okay, so I can't do...
I'm just kind of approximating. Boom! Titan shield glows into a being in front of you.
I guess I need full action for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading through my stuff because at this point I think we need a little bit of...
Yeah, like, by the book shenanigans.
Yeah. But I will crack out the new rocket pauldron.
Ooh.
And I can't do the heavy fire, but I will shoot him with it.
Alright.
Fuck.
It detonates on his scales, but does not penetrate.
Damn it. Alright.
Such pathetic weapons. Nothing to the Civ. Anything else?
I don't think the shield is that big, by the way.
I kind of stretch it too far, I think, if I was being a rough approximation. It's like 15 feet total, right? So, like...
Yeah, it's 50 and it has to, like, come out from one of my sides, so it can't be, like, diagonal. I don't think it occupies a space. I think it's just, like, in front of me, in between a space. But, like,
yeah.
so it would be, like, on the spaces like that.
So it'd be about that long. Not quite as wide.
Yeah, like, that's good.
So, like that, I guess? Or, like, right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be reading it wrong.
I think that's what we determined last time. That sounds right. Costs.
First, he's going to turn on combat tracking. And then he is going to shoot, hopefully, with his elite needler pistol.
What is this?
And
Halo?
if this hits, a bunch of other things are going to happen too.
Shout out to Halo. Fucking Needler over here.
Nope.
That will not hit. The ting, bounces off and kind of just, like, spirals out into space. Anything else? That was bonus action scenario. You can move it
Nope,
anywhere?
none of the things happen.
Alright. Flack.
All right, I will use my move action to enable my cloaking shield. And I will do a trick attack. Hopefully I can do a trick attack. Are you kidding me? Jesus.
It's not gonna do it.
All right, I will just attack anyway.
It kind of, like, rotates its, like, massive head. Like, you know, it could fit so many of you in its mouth. Oh my god.
Come on!
1 in 400 chance, baby. Double nat ones. Just swivels its head to look at you like you're not hiding from me. MK. Oh, got a 2 robot-y there.
Sorry. Can't be too robot-y.
It's fair.
I think MK is just gonna stay up here and just hang and bang with you guys.
He can bang with you guys.
Just pull out his tactical knife and show this dude what's up.
You are out of reach right now. He is 5 feet away from you. He was using reach attacks at you. If you want to guarded step in, you can. That would be my guess.
Pulls out his
Come on.
tactical whip from
His
Aeon
tactical
Throne.
whip. Oh my god, dude.
That's awesome. I want that.
You, like, glance at it longingly, thinking back to when, like, your worst fear was that one of, like, the 4 Aeon guards had a whip. As you, like,
Exactly.
walked into town.
Let's see.
My cat is being surprisingly good for once. He's just sitting in his bed on the side of the desk. Good job, bud.
Oh, he's gonna make that save. Asshole. Okay. I think MK is going to start by casting haste on everyone except Flack, because Flack is already fast enough.
Also, I think he's super far away.
Yeah, more importantly, he's out of range, but that's his own fault.
It'd be working great if he was nailing these stealth checks.
Everybody else gets haste, so you can move and make a full attack, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So then MK is just going to book away from this thing.
That will provoke an op attack, just so you know.
God damn it.
I mean, he was already hitting you from 10 feet away. You had to know that he was going to be coming for you.
Yeah.
You're right next to me. If you want to risk it, I can.
He can tank some of
take
it.
some of the damage.
Okay.
If you want to get away,
I super do. How high are these, like, building things? Or
6
whatever
feet,
they
maybe
are.
7. Like, enough that you can duck down behind them, but not much more than that.
Okay.
They're not really buildings. It's more just, like, hardware that is extending out of the hall.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go this way. And then scramble over the top of that, and then hide in that corner.
Alright.
Which is about half of my total movement.
Alright,
So
I'm going to go for a swing-a-rooney.
Miss.
I mean, probably not going to miss, if I had to guess. It's going to be 42.
Yeah, that fucking... Unless you're
gonna
trying to
be
hit
the-
my...
It's KAC.
It's not CMD. Shit.
No, believe it's not
Still
CMD.
want to hit my CMD.
Believe it or not.
best.
This is my CMD. Hold on. You're gonna take 62 damage as these massive jaws just try to like clamp down on you. You force them away, but the teeth leave a lasting mark. So 62, and you take half of it, right, Jack? So you each take 31.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck me.
Zashi.
You fucking suck, dragon.
Grovel before the sieve.
All right. Gonna do a similar kind of thing as last time. I'm gonna do Soldier's Onslaught on him and then run.
All right.
So
Giant eye swivels to look at you, the slit pupil like focusing in as you aim the rifle. Nope.
that's no good.
Also not going to do it.
That's also not great. Come on. Last one. Go.
Also not going to do it.
Wow.
These parallax rifles strikes it 3 times and it just kind of dissipates into stardust.
Disappointing. All right. Well, I'm gonna run here, and then that would be 50. And I figure this little box, would be enough to give me cover from that direction. Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean, for now.
Okay. Well, yeah.
All right.
She tries to run sneakily, but I don't think that's really a...
All right, going
I'm not
behind
sneaking
over
because I
there.
don't want to go slow.
All right. Is gonna go to Passioth's turn. Is going to take off out into the void. And then let's see if I can pull this off. Do I have any 20-foot range?
No, you should give up and surrender.
Okay. He's going to fly up about 120 feet and then beeline straight back down and slam into the two of you underneath him. I need the pair of you to make... Oh, right, no, there's no rolls for that. You just get crushed.
Fuck's sake.
Damn it, what?
I mean, it is a, 5-ton dragon landing on you. The pair of you take 64 damage. And then his bite is going to snake out towards MK because his neck does have 20 feet.
God, this thing's a beast.
Nat 1, though, as you kind of casually, almost, too confident that it's going to bite MK, misses the jaws. All right, Jax.
So is he currently above us or
I believe he is just on top of you. I don't think it counts as pinned. But basically, if you try to run away, he will op attack you.
Okay, if we move inside of his space, he can't off.
Oh, actually, let me see. Target is automatically... Oh, no, they're automatically knocked prone and pinned.
Oh, damn, this asshole.
Yeah. Gargantuan creatures? Scary.
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu!
Can I...
You could basically make an athletics check or acrobatics check to slip out of that.
Is that an action?
It is an action, yes. I believe if you're pinned, I think you can still attack at a -4, though.
I'm gonna have to get up.
It's basically as long as you're pinned, you're taking -4 to AC, attack rolls, reflex saves, deck stuff.
Let me just check something.
Ben, I think that the round tracker is off, right? We're coming up to round 3. Because I've gone twice.
I did reset. Well, it's about to be your third turn then, right?
Yeah, after cost. So cost is the end of the round.
Yeah, it'll go up to 3 once it hits your turn.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's accurate. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you. I gotta roll to see if she gets her breath weapon back yet. No, does not.
Sorry.
Does not.
Sorry, I didn't mean to remind you of that.
It's okay. It was pretty bad. They're not gonna get it back anytime soon.
Oh, okay, so if I were to make the athletics check, is there any kind of movement that would allow me to get up?
I think because you're hasted, I think you could do that and then also move.
Right. If I were to move but stay within the creature space, would I get an attack?
Yes, because you're still moving through its areas.
I can take a guarded step though.
Yeah, I don't think you can guard. There's no space where you could guard it and be out of him.
So I would just be stuck where I am.
Yeah, I mean, you could guard it up to here, but it would still be under him.
But so he would still be able to get an attack?
He wouldn't be able to op attack, no, sorry. If he guarded stepped, he would not be able to do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna athletics check to try and get free from his pinning. What do I have to just roll athletics?
Yeah, just roll athletics. I do not believe that does it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn.
Unfortunate to roll a 2. I will say it's not as hard as you might expect. It's very possible.
All right. Well, that's it for me.
You kind of try to strain your hands pressed against the ground, force his feet off of you, but it's too much. What was your wait a second? Sorry.
Sorry, we can see the stars, right?
You can see the stars out here, yeah.
I've never been able to use this ability before. I've had it since level 2.
Oh my gosh.
It's called Stargazer. And as a star shaman, MK, twice a day, can re-roll a failed ability check. If I'm outdoors and I can see the stars, re-roll a failed ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill check.
Ooh, that's big.
And as of level 12, thanks to Starry Bond, I can share that, spending a resolve point of my own, I can share that ability with an ally linked by my
fuck.
telepathic bond. So
Alright.
I can spend a resolve point to
To get
let
Jack's reroll.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Is that what you're going to do?
That is awesome.
Yes.
Jax, you kind of like twist your head to look up at the dragon. You see the stars seem to glow brighter above him. Go ahead and re-roll that.
Split. Oh.
3, 4. I will double check. That's very close. If not a success. Let me see.
Come on.
It is just shy.
Oh God! Someone get this fat ass off.
He is fucking adorable. Cost. That's your turn.
Damn it.
He sees like a renewed effort from Jax and just like pushes down on his back. Would you like to stab him at a -4? Would you like to attempt to break free as cost? What are you thinking?
Koss is in a position where like nothing's gonna work anyway, so he'll try to stab him.
All right. That will not do it, unfortunately. You try to find purchase to drive the plasma blade into his leg and just can't get through the scales. All right, round 3, Flack.
Okay, let's see what I can do here. I will hit the jetpack and come up on top of this. And I will try trick attack from here. Let me give you a stealth check. Please tell me that's good.
That one will do it, yes.
Okay, so it's flat-footed. I will attack with my laser. Natural 20.
Nat 20,
Nice.
baby. Big. All right.
Now we're talking.
So I have a couple of things too. So once we get past the damage here, a couple things I want to.
Okay. He is looking bloody now after all that.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
As you line up the shot, the laser lances through space, briefly connecting you to the dragon with this line of light. And you see it just pierce through one of his eyes. Let's have this bellowing psychic roar.
Okay, so I
Yes,
have
your
an
other
ability
abilities. Yep.
called double debilitation, which means I can apply 2 of my debilitating tricks.
Oh, okay.
If I hit a trick attack. So the first one, he's already flat-footed. I want to make him off target, and there's no save for that.
Just is off target.
So
Okay.
he's both flat-footed and off target until my next turn. And then I would also like to try shot in the dark here, a knockout shot.
Fortitude, right?
Fortitude saving throw of DC 23, which he'll probably.
Yeah, he passes.
Okay. Anyway, still off target.
Still a devastating shot. That was like well over 100 damage. And he's burning for 10 right now.
Yeah, and I will also. Let me make sure I have.
Although I don't know that burn effects can continue without atmosphere.
I think it would depend on the burn. If it's like acid or plasma, I think it would. If it's fire, though, that's.
It is fire damage. It seems like yes, you can be. Or at least there's no clear rules as written for it. So I'm gonna say yeah. Anything else, Flack, or is that
damage? No, that's
total
it.
damage?
What's the total
Was
damage?
87 for the crit, and then another 46. I subtracted them one at a time, so I didn't add it. Let me see. 86 or 87. Sorry, 87 plus 46. It was 133 damage and burning for 10. Just a
Awesome.
devastating shot. MK.
So based on that check,
Uh-huh.
the mysticism check from the beginning,
Yes, sir.
would I have the impression that it was subject to some sort of like long-term like psychic driving or something? Like, is this the kind of thing that would require
This is like
psychic
long-term
surgery
mental
or...
conditioning. Like, this is like
Okay.
probably a
So
mix
it's
of
not...
like magic and like actual like indoctrination techniques on a sentient person. Like a mix of those for like
Yeah.
who knows how long.
Right. So it's not like a curse or an enchantment alone.
No. There's not really any one single role that would get rid of it. It'd be the type of thing where like you could potentially get rid of it if you had like a couple of weeks to work on him.
Yeah.
But beyond that, you're not going to stop him wanting to kill you.
Sure. Okay. Well, when in doubt, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. No, not there either. I'm gonna move over here. Not in that order. And I'm gonna cast Mind Thrust on Pazuzu.
All right. Is a 31 for Will, so it does pass, but still halves.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. Would have been really cool if he hadn't passed.
$99. Jesus. Half to 50.
Still pretty cool.
Yeah, still devastating. You, like, kind of get some mental feedback as you see, like, this just completely alien landscape of a mind. But you are able to stop it. You are able to, like, push through at least a little bit to damage him.
Interesting.
Anything else?
No. That's it for me.
Alright, Zashi.
Okay. Where am I gonna go after?
Flack's so far away right now. Still well within movement range, though, which is wild.
Okay, I think I can get to... First she'll fire. I'm just gonna keep...
Yeah, lean out from
Doing
behind the
the
cover.
same.
Doof, doof, doof.
Yep. I don't really want to run up on this thing with my sword, so...
Valid. Miss. Miss. Miss.
Damn it.
The bolts,
disappointing.
again, impact on its turn to Stardust. Go ahead and move where you're going to move. You can still take a full action, because you're... Or full movement, because you're hasted.
Yeah. 5, 10, 50. Okay.
Right. It's going to keep its position to keep those other two pinned under it. It is going to swivel its head towards Flack. No more from the small one. It opens its mouth and a beam of green energy lances out of its throat towards you. Go ahead and give me a fortitude save.
I wish I wasn't second. All right, 42.
That is a fail.
have something for?
You are going to take. Oh, sorry. You want to do? I already rolled damage, so if there's anything, I feel like.
I am looking through your chat things to see if there's something I can.
Oh, for redeemable things.
Do you know if there is?
Not off the top of my head.
Does it do it again?
Ooh, but Waka
So I
did
think I
redeem
have-
Aura's blessing.
Before we do too
Sorry,
much
continue.
here,
Yes.
I believe I took great fortitude. Ba, ba, ba. What does that do for me?
I did forget that Waka did put a +3 on a previous check that I did not add, I believe. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, sorry. You would be free right now, Jax, because the +3 was to you getting out of there.
Oh, no, it was an acrobatics.
Was
Oh,
it
no,
acrobatics?
athletics.
I think he means athletics. I don't think anyone else actually rolled acrobatics.
Okay, so I would have gotten up and.
Yeah, you were literally like too short when you rolled the 34 earlier. So you would be out of it for your turn.
And if I hasted, I could move 10 feet. And
Yes. So if you want to have moved where you're gonna move, like feel free. I don't think there's anything are you re-rolling anything, Flack? Was that what you were saying with your greater fortitude?
No, I read it. I cannot. It just gives me a +2, and that's already counted in the 25. So
I
Gotcha.
gave him inspiration. Would that let him re-roll?
I think at this point he's gonna take it.
Well. One more time per day, I can use Starry Bond to give him a reroll.
Thank fucking god.
That is true. I feel like you should have called it before I rolled damage already. But
I didn't know you were rolling damage.
I said he failed the check.
To be fair, before you
You haven't told us what the damage is.
give me the damage. Just give me the
Black wants the damage.
All right.
MK off from doing this thing.
I really hope it's not disintegrate.
You stupid big lizard.
Look, I don't think you're gonna die. Let me just check your stamina.
I think you'll be fine.
Oh, you're fine. You got so much stamina. You take 169 damage though.
Okay. Plus, I have my
Nice.
force field. What'd you say? 160 what?
169.
Nice.
Which I believe was an above average roll, honestly. That was a lot.
Yeah, I think I can see the thing. There's like 2-4.
Yeah, it's showing in the stream. I don't know why I even did GR, but yeah, because it's showing in the stream. Yeah, like, almost all of them were above 10 on the D20s, which is wild. All right. I think that's all he's going to do, though, because he's having fun keeping you guys there, although Jax is not pinned, but it is Jax's turn.
Okay, so another 10 feet for a guard step would get me there, right?
Yes, you are now outside of... Well, you're still in his reach, because he has a long reach, but you're not under him anymore, which is something.
But I still have any penalties for ranged rolls?
I believe if you make a ranged attack next to him, he's going to op attack you.
Oh, okay, I'll just do the shell knuckles.
Oh, that's not going to provoke an op attack. Yeah. Get the knuckles ready. You are still hasted, so you can do full onslaught no matter what here.
Nice.
Jack's just out here punching dragons.
Yeah. Savage move, honestly. Hold on. I got to scroll up here. Okay, so we got... these are with the penalty already included, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a hit, a miss, and a hit.
Oh,
Two
so
hits.
That's the reaction cannon.
Oh, would the bonus be any different?
Reaction cannon 25, shell knuckles 25.
I think
it
should be the same, right?
Do you want me to just roll a different for the damage because the damage is?
Yeah, re-roll the damage, but we'll know that you got 2 hits. We'll use the first 2 hits damage. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so 68 from the first one that impacted, and then one more.
Oh, another one hit?
Yeah, you hit him on that 33, just barely.
Okay.
Okay, not
It'd just
well,
be the
yeah,
61.
just the 61. So, whew. Okay. Let's see.
Man.
And I do have what's it called? It's not. It's the one that ignores some damage resistance.
Yeah, it ignores the first 5 or 10.
I think it's 5 for the knuckles because they're not a heavy weapon, but I do have the gear boost for
Gotcha.
heavy weapons doing.
You guys see Jax like kind of dive, tuck and roll around these legs. Two massive fists slamming into the dragon's legs as they just detonate these shells directly under his skin. He is barely standing, like on his last legs.
Finish him.
Cost, that is you.
Be the hero, Koss.
You are technically still allowed to swing while pinned, so it is possible. My cat is very intrigued as to why I'm swinging my arms around. Hey, no bites. No bites, you little butt. What's the move cost?
No idea. Lack of faith in everything. Sure, we'll try the plasma sword again.
I'll tell you, if it connects, it'll kill him. He's that low, no matter what you roll on damage. Alright.
That may be so, but Koss has literally not hit anything in about 5 sessions.
That
So
is very true. Although you have nailed a bunch of other checks that were very important to the plot.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and hit that sword. This is EAC, so 31. But this is with the -4 accounted for already? Are you already pinned?
yeah, it's already in there.
Oh, in that case, that exactly hits with the 31. With the -4,
Nice.
it like rears back a little bit from Jax's attack. Cost, you wheel under it, roll, stab the plasma sword up through its stomach. And with a final roar, it begins to collapse. Oh my god, what a last minute stab there. As it drops, kind of like slamming to the deck, you guys hear one last psychic cry, seemingly not directed at you, but out into the void. Pazodioth has completed their duty to the Civ. Vieranch, so ends my service. And eyes go dark. And we are out of combat. Oh boy.
Damn.
God, I hate that guy. Good riddance.
I think he farted. This is gonna be a fair amount of
A little
XP.
bad.
It's a little sad, admittedly. Everyone is going to get... God, everything is so huge now with XP. 30,720 experience. Ooh, hold on. Chat out here redeeming things.
Oh, they're sons of bitches.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be CR appropriate too.
There is... Hold on. They want you guys to fight something else, but there is a... I believe there's something I've wanted to try, because it is not in the book, but was added...
Not that giant space slug.
It's not. No, it's not the brood sovereign. Whatever I sent you guys on chat earlier.
Ugh.
It is not. However, this is a little bit below level, but I'm gonna use it because I was sad it wasn't actually included in the book.
Down to that.
Hold on. Let me double check the size of this. Ugh, Waka been saving up points for this one apparently. Jesus. It is... Crazily enough, it is medium-sized. But it is this creature.
Oh, what the?
It spirals out
Flying Anglies?
from out of the like over the horizon of the thing. This one's dead. I'm just gonna roll it into the same order to save us some time here. If you want to make a mysticism check as it approaches.
Hey Ben, is Waka in any of your other games?
Yes. Yeah. You playing some Revenge? Waka.
Do it in the middle of combat. For them.
Waka is in the Horde of the Dragon stream on Wednesdays.
Okay. All
For
right.
now.
Whatever enemy it is, it's going after Waka.
All right, fair enough. All right, this is what you guys would know. It is a meteorite drake.
Sick.
They're exceptionally strong. They have very powerful DR. Well, not very powerful, it's DR adamantine. If it is, it's basically starting up in the air right now. It has an ability when it goes to like become a meteorite and to try to slam into you guys. Additionally, it can rip off chunks of the stone on its skin to hurl micrometeorites. So I'm gonna roll it in. All right, what's its bonus? Okay. That is gonna come in at a 14. So Flack, you would be up next, as it like is basically flying out from the curve of the ship. It is up in the air right now. MK and Jax know that like basically it is a meteorite made into a draconic being, so it is more than capable of slamming into you guys at high speeds.
Well, hell.
Notably, does not have a breath weapon though. It's made to just like hit things.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and shoot it, I guess. Trick attack here.
Flying bomb.
You will get more XP out of this though, so that is something as well. 17 was not working on the last guy. Does work on this guy.
All right. 35 hit.
That does hit. As the fire slams into it, it seems unaffected as it scatters around it.
Crying out loud.
Due to the high heat of meteors. Is somewhat
okay, I would
resistant.
like to use my double debilitation again.
Oh, yeah.
So he's flat-footed and off target until the beginning of my next turn.
Flat-footed, off target.
And then I'm going to see if we can knock him out. So DC 2342.
Ooh, that's going to be very close. Hold on. Okay, just barely passes it. He got like a 25.
All right.
But he seems a little concussed as he like shakes the head. MK.
Oh, I know.
Also, because one of the things that they're known for is being insanely physically strong, and one of their coolest like lore things for meteorite drakes is like regardless of where they are in near space, like on a planet, whatever, when they want to lay eggs, they will like place the eggs on a boulder and just hurl it into space, so that it eventually will go somewhere.
That's pretty cool.
But on those checks and from that, I think you think like DR adamantine and fire is like all that's really relevant.
Yeah. I'm gonna hope that being so strong and brutal, he's got a shit will save. And I'm gonna cast Mind Thrust.
I mean, he's not an intelligent creature like a dragon, so it's certainly possible.
That's good.
I mean, I guess he's mildly intelligent, but they are like drakes. That's a 19. That's a fail.
19 is a fail, so at level 5, what is that? Okay. Whoa, whoa. Wow.
Whew. It's not quite bloody. That was a hefty chunk as it rears back. You see it like opening its mouth to scream, but it is not telepathic like the other dragon, so you cannot hear it.
space, no one can hear you scream, Meteor Man.
You see what looks like heat begin to like crackle between its scales of stone.
Oh shit. That's it for MK.
Okay.
He hunkers back down behind whatever this thing is.
Zashi.
All right. So it seemed to take no damage from the fire that.
Yeah, the fire seemed to be like wholly unaffected.
Okay. So I'm gonna move up a little bit. And what do I have that's not fire? That's ranged. Because I also feel like if he's made out of rock, I don't know, slashing. Do I feel like he would have any particular response to slashing damage?
He has like DR adamantine, which is you are going to reduce anyway from your ability to reduce DR.
Mm-hmm.
So you think normal sword would be pretty fine.
Okay. I already moved 20. Like 20? Sorry, I forgot to measure. I think that was about how far I moved, though. If I was going to go closer... Oh, well, I can't quite get to him this turn, but... Move up a little bit more.
All right.
And I will... I still have the ice carbine, so I will switch to that.
Swapping weapons as you advance as a soldier. Yeah, you can do it as part of your movement. Especially because you're hasted right now. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. And onslaught attack. So, fingers crossed for some good.
That is a hit. That is a miss and a miss.
Okay.
And you're reducing damage by 5 right now, I believe, or reducing DR by 5.
Correct. Yes.
All right, looking close to bloody, but not quite there yet. Yep. It takes off. You see, like, heat distortion rippling around. I guess you can't have heat distortion in space. Can you? I don't know. I feel like you need atmosphere.
I don't think you can.
Anyway, at least you see it glowing red.
Heat.
Yeah, you see it glowing red to the scales. It zooms up, and then, like a meteorite, is going to slam down into MK. The impact of which is so explosive, it makes a 20-foot radius explosion centered on him. So, both of you guys. All 3 of you guys need to make reflex saves. Jax, that is a pass.
Fuck. My lowest save.
Oh, that's not a pass.
Oh, you have the reroll thingy?
I think you just double tapped.
Yeah, I double tapped on it.
Okay, so pass, fail in the middle, Zashi passes on the other side.
Taking lightning reflexes.
MK is going to take 107. The rest of you take a 53. The other 2 of you.
Damn.
You also see as he lands, kind of opens its mouth, like a little bit of like heat is like released from it. It looks like his whole body is generating heat to the point where if he like touches you guys in melee, it'll hurt you with heat as well as its melee powers. Additionally, MK, since you failed, you are currently prone.
Wait a second.
Yes.
I know, hand off the chess piece and all of that. But I just got this spell, so temporal flash as a reaction when you're hit by an attack, spell, or other ability that would deal damage to you.
Mm-hmm.
I can spend 1 resolve point to instantly teleport to an empty space that
Oh,
I could reach with a single move action, avoiding the damage I would have taken. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
I'd say if you want to spend the spell slot, you could probably do that. So that's...
Spell slot and a resolve point. That's not...
I think you can get far enough away. What's your speed?
I think it's like 60, because I've got the max.
Yeah, you could definitely get away then from the
Oh
radius.
shit, it's 70. Okay.
You see the impact coming, like, makes this crater in the metal as it slams down, but MK, like, shifts somewhere else to avoid it.
DBZ style, not even there.
Yeah, you, kind of think back some of that, like, temporal energy you'd been exposed to in the core. And, like,
Exactly.
that's how it works. And, like, redirect yourself. Jax, that is you.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm looking up the area of effect on the rocket pauldron.
Rocket pauldron? That is a good question.
It's 10 feet.
Okay, so Zashi should be out of that then.
And sorry, I don't see where MK went. He's.
You're still under it, but I think you're deciding where to go, MK. Let me move you up
Yeah,
there.
sorry.
Okay.
Jax is going to.
Rocket pauldron.
Well, first off, he's going to move the Titan shield so it's in front of him.
Oh, yep. Hold on, let me move this corpse out of the way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Never gets old saying that.
Yeah,
And-
let's drag that corpse out of there. Slides off
Oh,
MK's plasma sword.
Full action, he's going to heavy fire with the rocket pauldron.
Okay. You, like, brace your feet on the ground as the pauldron lines up on the Drake. Whoo! That'll hit. This is a heavy weapon. How much are you reducing DR by right now?
It's reducing by 10.
Or is it a
and
heavy
also-
weapon? I think
It is a heavy weapon.
Okay, so... is this including the extra damage from your ability, or no?
It's already included.
Okay, so it takes the 50. It is bloody now as the rocket, boom, detonates over its skin. Little chunks of meteorite drift off into space. Costs. Tis you.
Castle kind of like tentatively step over the body. Excuse me, pardon me, even like you're dead.
Just standing on this fucking dragon corpse.
Oh, not far enough. And he will attempt to hurl debris.
Okay. Oh, careful, Paladin. He almost fell off the table because he's trying to lean his bed out over the edge. All right, go for your ability. Cost? Oh, there it is. Okay. He does manage to dodge out of the way. On 27. Flak.
Okay, sorry, I just took a bite. I will drop that laser pistol, because that didn't do anything, and try a trick attack with my gyrojet pistol.
Throw that pistol into space.
That stealth check should do it.
Yeah, that'll do it, believe it or not. It's not a CR 40 creature. 27. I don't think that is gonna hit.
Flat-footed? Flat-footed?
It is flat-footed. It's not gonna hit flat-footed though. Kind of impacts the skin and dissipates.
Well, I tried.
All right, MK. You
MK is
phased out of the way.
Nervous about how many spell slots he's used, so I think he is going to pull the Executioner Disintegrator Rifle off his back,
Ooh.
drop to a kneeling firing position, and
Hell yeah.
just unload on this thing. Fires wildly into space.
The 30, I believe, does hit EAC. Yeah, it does.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's looking pretty banged up, but not quite one shot or anything yet. Zashi. You see the acid kind of eats through some of its outer stone skin.
Okay. me see. I guess we gotta go for the sword if the sword is an option.
Hell yeah.
So I'll move up here and attack.
Draw the blade. Going for the
Free
dragon.
as...
Or Drake, sorry, not dragon.
That's good.
Miss, hit. Oh, what a crit. On the first one, you get him pretty low, and then the crit, you spin around and slice through the head of the stone drake. The meteor drake's head bounces off and kind of floats away toward the runic circle.
Oh, damn. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah. Is that it? You did 65 and then like 112 back to back.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's like near like 170 something damage.
Zashi standing over and shouting, "Is there no one else?"
Between that and the other one, between that like the mind thrust, you guys did a lot of damage really quick. So let's take that. You guys do get the XP. Glad we got to use that. I've been having it in my back pocket.
Oh, that was fun.
Inform Walk, I'll have enough for the next.
I will have enough. Everyone gets
Inform Lord Walker.
15,360. And with that, I'm gonna change to some chiller music too.
Shit, we might level up again this session.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think we
not
need
this session.
I would request a quick rest. Koss, how are you looking after Big Booty Dragon?
Like,
Yeah, I think you guys could like hunker down in the trench to avoid being seen and take a 10-minute rest for a resolve point.
Should probably slice the dragon's stomach open and hide inside it.
Oh my god.
No, wait, no, I take that back. I feel bad for that dragon. Well, MK does.
How do you feel for health, Koss?
Delete that. I think you guys, I don't think anyone actually lost much health apart from stamina.
Yeah.
If I hadn't burned that spell, I would have.
Yeah, for
Honestly,
real.
Flack, if you had passed that fortitude save, I was gonna redeem some points to Uno reverse card him.
That would have been pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie.
No, you.
Also, I don't know if you guys have been watching any of Paizo's updates today and yesterday, but over the last week, they ran out of what was an 8-month supply of Pathfinder core rulebooks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Pathfinder 2?
Yeah, Pathfinder 2e. They ran. It should have been enough in the warehouse for 8 months of people ordering at a regular rate. Ran out in 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks.
The 2e subreddit has been blowing up.
Dude,
with
yeah.
people like, how do I do this? How do I do that? I came
Exactly.
from 5e. How do I?
Like, I've seen, and on, like, it's that, and then, like, the 2e Facebook group that I'm in, like, so many new people posting about stuff constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Truly wild.
Yeah, I'm glad I got my core rulebook a while back.
I still have the, like, the red fake leather-looking one from when it first released.
Oh, nice.
Pre-ordered that shit. I didn't pre-order the Starfinder one, but I did admittedly schedule my day off that week when it came out in summer when I was working at camp. I scheduled that specific day off so I could like go from the camp into town to get the Starfinder book. Yeah, Starfinder books are. I don't think it's sold as much, but they've sold a ton of Starfinder shit too.
Nice.
I was surprised. Usually, my local game store is way more 5e heavy. As I was leaving, I was there before this session, just like playing some Warhammer. As I was leaving, there was a Starfinder and a Pathfinder game starting, like, play for tonight.
No kidding. That's awesome.
It's fucking sick. All right, so spend that. You don't have to spend it if you don't want to spend the resolve point. Cost, you're still over half, so up to you. Resolve points are a precious resource.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes, lay it on me.
Regarding the biosynthetic nanites. So in combat, I can spend a swift action and a resolve to get 68 back. And as a full action, I can get that plus fast healing.
Mm-hmm.
It only costs the 1 point, right?
I think it is still just 1 point. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
For my understanding, I think it would still just be the 1.
All right.
There's so much stuff at this level that like seems crazy to be able to do, but it's like you're level 18 now. It's all crazy. Like that dragon, if it had killed you with a bite or a claw or a tail, would have just like erased you, like disintegrated you instantly. All right.
Yeah, I don't know how we would get reinforcements in here.
Yeah, it'd be pretty rough. Okay. Well, with that in mind, let me go back up away from my meteorite Drake.
I feel like our bartender buddy would suddenly remember his past life as a
yeah, it all the
agent.
All rockets back into his memory. So as you guys approach this airlock, you guys need to get in here to get within Arc Prime and stop it from just devastating the Pact Worlds. And, perhaps carrying off with the Starstone, which would be perhaps worse. This massive, almost spherical airlock was clearly built to hold... Or sorry, this is the inside part. Ignore me, describing the wrong half. This airlock... basically a series of Civ runes encircling a 20-foot diameter airlock on large, multiple rotating rings. Go ahead and... Does anyone speak Civ now? I don't think anyone learned that.
I don't think so.
I don't even think that's an option, is it?
It never showed up. And
No.
I don't know that we would have really realistically had a chance to learn it.
I think there are like things you can do to get a better idea to learn it in the other book, but yeah, I don't think you would have had it by now. That being said, you can still make a culture check to examine the various runes on this like weird triple ring interlocking system.
So MK's background or theme is Spacefarer.
Yes.
And I think I get a bonus to deciphering
like
ancient
xenolinguistics
languages or something.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I'm trying to remember where that came from. Anyway.
That's not gonna do it.
Fuck. God damn it.
Spacefarer. Theme knowledge. Oh, it's physical science DCs are reduced, I think.
Where does that +4 come from? Because I've
You
had
might have
that.
multiple abilities. Oh, Jack of all trades?
It's something specific to
I'm not sure.
something. I mean, with a nat 1,
It's
doesn't
not
matter,
not hugely
but-
going to matter here. Flak, you do succeed, though. Which is going to give you a +4 circumstance bonus on checks to disarm this lock. Now, upon examining the lock, go ahead and give me this will be an engineering or mysticism check now to just get a look-see and see what's up.
Given the mystical nature, do I feel like detect magic would be helpful?
I'd say if you use detect magic, I'll lower the DC for you figuring shit out here.
Okay.
I don't know that it'll maybe reveal more. Okay, so
Damn.
MK and Jax working together. Basically, this is a interconnecting 3-part lock. To disarm it, you need 3 of you to simultaneously succeed at a athletics, engineering, and mysticism check. Each check has to be performed by a different individual. And it basically have to stand within the circle of runes. Takes 1 minute to complete all the checks. The athletics moves the rings into the proper configuration. Engineering is determining the correct orientation of circuitry, and the mysticism one opens the energy of the runes to flow in the proper directions. On those checks, with detect magic and the high engineering, there's a consequence for failing each of those 3 checks. You need to do all 3 for it to work. but each one will hurt you in different ways if you fail.
And Flack still has that +4, right?
Flack has a
Circumstance.
+4 on either the athletics, engineering, mysticism. If you want to try one of those.
Yeah, I think with the +4, I'm pretty high in engineering, so that's probably what I should do.
Okay. So Flack's one of the 3.
I'll handle the athletics.
Sling your weapons, crack your power armor. Sorry, MK, go ahead.
My mysticism is 28.
That's probably the highest mysticism, I would
I
imagine.
think you're by and far the highest in mysticism.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, you guys
use that reroll.
Do the minute of work. Flack +4 gets a 34. Okay, it was not included then, so it gets a 38.
Right.
45. And last but not least. Oh, first try, boys. You guys push the runes around. MK, your hands glow with like mandalas of power as the energy begins to flow through the sorceress components of this. And Flack, you line up the proper circuitry. The whole thing opens up. Because it's not going to matter now, I'll tell you what the consequences are. Basically, if you fail the athletics one, all of you would have taken 10d12 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
engineering hits you with a greater discharge spell. And mysticism causes a backwash of magic, dealing 17d6 fire. But you didn't fail any of it.
No, thank you.
You wave the others forward as the rings spin, lock, glow, lift out of the way, sliding the round door. And now I'll read the other description. Yeah. This massive spherical airlock was clearly built to hold several dozen beings at once. After several feet, the catwalk expands to encompass the entirety of the sphere's diameter, before contracting again at the closed interior door. A panel next to that portal flashes with an orange light, which provides the only amount of illumination. Every so often, on and off, illuminating like small particles of dust lazily floating through space. There is one last check here. You will need either a computer or engineering check to get through this panel.
Does the +4 still apply, or was that just for the other check?
That was just for the other check.
So I still have a +30 on engineering, but I think that Koss has.
I think Cost is
That
even
or
more
better.
than that.
Yeah, so
Cost, you want to try to rewire this door? This alien portal? That'll do it. And Cost, because you needed to exceed by 5, you exactly exceeded by 5. As the door slides open, a prickle of unease runs down your spine. It's like, that, I did a good job. It should have been harder than that. That was too easy. As the door slides open, you guys see past the interior airlock door is pretty much a blank corridor, like a white box. Almost can't even differentiate walls, ceiling, and floor because it is so colorless. As you step through, the walls begin to glow a mysterious green, and you guys hear a subsonic hum. Your senses begin to black out. You can't see anything but this green shade. All you hear is the hum in your ears. You can't hear your own voice, let alone your friends. You taste something metallic and yet sweet as well. And as your system shuts down from sensory overload, you guys lose consciousness.
Huh?
well,
That is the end of Book 2, the Starstone Blockade.
Gasp.
All right, we will
gotta roll
momentarily...
characters.
Yeah, everyone's dead. Now we will go momentarily into our third and final book of the AP, and for most of you, the last of 9 books you've gone through with them. With this crew.
Oh my gosh.
This final book is called Dominion's End. All right. So, first things first, let it be known that everyone has had a full night's rest. And then...
Because we were unconscious.
Yes, well, it was apparently not true unconsciousness, because you did get the rest. Give me one moment here. Don't need that one, don't need that one, do need that one.
How close are we to a level up? I wonder.
Pretty far, like 190,000, I think.
What? No.
No, I have us at
No.
1 million. Oh yeah, 1,013,000,
Yeah, you're right. 1,013,680, right?
and we need 1.2 for the next level.
Wow.
Alright, give me 1
At
second.
that point, the numbers are just made up.
I mean, we are earning like a good amount
That's-
of XP.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because like what was 17th level is 850,000, so we've come
Mhm.
a fair way.
You guys are earning a huge amount of XP. Just have to do one sneaky little thing to your guys' characters really quick.
Knock us unconscious. Again.
Delete our character sheets, take everything.
Yeah, I just remove all of the character
Sweet.
sheets.
I always hate
Oh,
when they do that.
backup level 1s, right?
Wake up naked with nothing on.
I've always hated that shit, like ever since like Half-Life when they did that shit. If you
Oh,
ever play
yeah.
Far Cry 5, you will hate that game because they do it like 20 fucking times.
Oh my god, that's a far... One is enough. And then even
It's
one
such a
might be...
gimmick. You can't overuse it like that.
There's like 3 bosses you have to go meet several times, and every
Ugh.
time they do it by knocking you out
That's
in
just lazy
increasing
design.
infuriating ways.
Good lord. Alright. So...
Classic BioWare, though.
It's classic BioWare. Let's see. Alright. I need to select these characters. And I will reveal this, and in theory, you guys should be able to control what I'm about to do. No, come on, reveal, not hide. Roll 20, come on now. Alright, your characters are up and controllable over here.
That doesn't sound like that.
I'm gonna need each of you guys to roll a d6 for me.
Going on.
Alright.
Coming in strong. I love it.
Jax and MK, you currently have Blind Sense Vibration out to 60 feet. Koss, you have 100-foot range telepathy. Flack, you have a Rel State Dispersal. As a standard action, you can spend a resolve point to cast Disintegrate as a spell-like ability. The caster level equal to your level. And finally, Zashi, you have a Quantum Storage ability. As a move action, you can shift an item in your possession into a Rel state, causing the item and the player's atoms to become quantum entangled, effectively reducing the item's bulk to 0 until you retrieve it. You can shift items weighing up to a total of 10 bulk, though no one item in that can be more than 4 bulk.
Okay.
Alright. You guys find yourself out in the permafrost. It's a hard day, you know, to be a civ, but every day's a hard day when you're a civ, am I right? As you guys are all, yeah, quite. You guys have always been civs. That's how you grew up. You grew up together, going across various planets in the Civ Dominion. That's what you've always been.
I don't think that's true.
Also, all of you speak fluent Civian, which is the racial language. And currently you have your normal type as well as aberration. But, that's beside the point. You find yourself out here in the snow. The open trench is dug deeply into the permafrost of this planet, as you guys stand over the trench over here. Each inch of it hard fought against the enemy. The sounds of heavy weapons fire reverberate through the ground. You can feel it through your tentacles. A weapon emplacement at the edge of the trench. You guys would be, farther in the trench. That's my bad. A weapons emplacement along your trench suddenly detonates in front of you. The trench...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Fucking thing's taking off. The trench that you are currently in, about 15 feet deep, 20 feet wide, extends several hundred feet to the west, past where the map ends. As the weapon emplacement is destroyed, I want everyone to give me a will save.
Resolve point, do the thing.
Yep, to use your ability.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta scroll back up here. Okay, so Flack passed. Jax failed, but then passed. MK fails. Zashi also fails. Koss passes. So basically everyone passes but Zashi and MK.
Fuck is up with these rolls tonight?
I need all of you who passed to give me, add on your sheet that you have +1 LP. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Those of you that failed, on the other hand, let's see how much this is going to be. As the shrapnel pours over you from the detonated emplacement. Oh my god. Take 34 damage to those of you that failed. 34 slashing damage. As your ears, and, well, other senses, really not traditional ears as you're used to, but you've always had senses like this, don't worry about it. You guys stagger back, look over, and your commanding officer, who had been standing near the weapons place and was attacked, and is currently dying, bleeding out. What do you guys do? Commanding officer is bleeding out here.
Kid gets excited for his battlefield promotion.
Who had to disintegrate? I think you should put him out of his misery.
How about we frag this
our-
guy?
You guys
this is
do
our
not have
commanding
your
officer.
weapons
We've
right
been
now.
Following him for a long time, so I think we should try and save him.
See, the commanding officer is lying in front of you in this pool of, pale blood. But before expiring, it does gesture their mid-arm toward the nearby hatch in the trench and croaks, "Take demolition charges from safety depot. Get up top. Blow that enemy weapons repository. Hurry!" Gestures toward this shed over here.
Do we have access to our spells and stuff?
Sure don't.
Class ability? Okay.
No. You guys are civ. What do you mean spells?
Well,
You guys
can't
are
heal
civ
him, he's
soldiers.
dead. Long live the Imperium? The whatever?
Dominion.
Civ?
Close enough.
Dominion, right.
All right.
Long live the Terran
So
Dominion.
we're going.
All right, you guys walk over. Your tentacles crushing the fine powder of permafrost has been shaken loose. The depot inside contains several dozen weapons, although it has room for several different weapons, although the following are available to you. So you guys have these. a wounding military degenerator pistol, a knockdown heavy degenerator. I will explain what these things do. They're specific. 6 regrower vital seeds, which I believe I can... Oh, I thought I had that in the compendium, but I guess I do not. Alright, well, I'll put it in the chat in a second. Come on, archives. There we go.
Not the explosives or whatever that he was.
There will be explosives in a second. There's just available items as well. Basically, you can swallow the seed. You regain 12d8 points, remove exhaustion and fatigue, and any lost organs and limbs also start regrowing. If you have the missing part adjacent to you, you can put it on your body, and it comes back in 1 round.
Oh wow, that's basically regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's a 6-level spell.
Additionally, you find items that you guys would instinctively recognize as 4 rel state demolition charges and detonator. You guys would innately know that a rel state demolition charge is a 20th level item that will disintegrate physical objects by forcing their molecules into what is known as a rel state.
Guys, I instinctively recognize these as rel state charges.
To be fair, you don't even think about it as like instinctively. You're just like, oh, these are rel state. Like, this is just knowledge you have as a soldier.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to take those degenerators, those have specific effects as well.
I'll take one.
All right.
How many are there? 1 military degenerator pistol.
And a degenerator. Basically, the degenerator military pistol can do 7d8 acid damage, and on a crit will do 4d6 degeneration.
Degeneration X.
Is that the one that you picked up, MK?
MK does, for some reason he can't explain, feel an affinity to degenerator weapons. So yeah.
So then the other one I'll grab, I guess.
Okay.
Which is the knockdown heavy.
Yes. All right. With these explosives in your hands, I'm going to reveal a bit more of the map here. You guys know the weapons depot you're trying to explode it is over in this corner of the map. I'm going to reveal the rest of the map around it.
Flack, do you want to split these batteries between us?
Yeah, let's split them up just so we have enough for each pistol, I guess.
Okay.
We probably should distribute the regrower vital seeds so everybody has one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I guess we want somebody to pick up the demolition charges and the detonator.
I think Stashi's got that storage thing, right?
Yeah, I could grab stuff.
Tuck those charges away for a rainy day.
Yeah,
What was the damage again for the knockdown heavy?
And it's looking real cloudy.
The damage on which one?
The knockdown heavy degenerator.
All right, the knockdown heavy degenerator. That one does 9d10 acid damage. And on a critical does 6d6 degeneration. All right. Give me a perception check as you take your explosives out and try to peer ahead to that bunker looking for a path through.
God, trash.
All right, they are not going to get the drop on you then. It's going to be... I'm going to show you a handout of them as well. See 2 of these creatures lumbering through the snow at you.
Yeah, chin balls.
Chin sack.
They do.
If you would like
Why with
to,
balls on chin?
you can try to make a physical science check.
Chin nuts. I think I get a bonus on that for my spacefarer.
You do.
I wonder if this is a playable race, because that is amazing.
Yeah.
Are those 3 legs, or is that a tail? In the
It's
back?
3 legs. They have 3 legs.
Nice.
Those are definitely an Alien Archive, like 8 or 10.
Oh, these are specific to this book.
Oh, okay.
These are what are known as Aklath, you guys think. This is a shaggy humanoid boar species, tusks, 3 legs. They typically have some innate magical powers related to their minds, as well as an ability to use their horns for psychic abilities.
MK whispers, aim for the chin.
You would know that your people, these are disgusting savages. They've only just started being able to carve the land to get through that permafrost. Fucking losers.
Nerds.
Yeah. Sometimes they like to tap in a geothermal heat to try to get a bit of a warmth, but they're dumb. These are easy victims of the Civ Dominion. We are going to...
they blew up our gun emplacement, didn't they?
Yes. Oh, let me clear the
Fuckers.
order. Alright. Go ahead and click your tokens and then roll with your initiative from your sheet. That is still the same.
Holy shit, I beat Flak.
Pretty bad roll for me. It's a 5 on the die.
Hey, a win is a win as far as I'm concerned.
A win is a win. Alright, what is their native bonus? +7, okay.
Too small.
12. They're gonna go last. Which means that Zashi is up first. Do you get to... Actually, I'm double checking to see if you can use your weapons.
And do we have our weapons?
You do still have your gear. Yes.
Interesting.
However, Zashi, as you draw whatever weapon you're drawing here, very evident that whatever rifle or sword it is has been designed for something that has multiple tentacles. Not that you would notice that in character, but that is the case.
Do I have multiple tentacles? Is that what that...
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
Are you some kind of weirdo? It doesn't have tentacles?
What do you mean? Of course Civ have tentacles.
Gross.
I also just wasn't sure if I was... if those were little claws or... Yeah, anyway.
I'll give you guys a handout of the kind of Civ soldier that you guys currently are. Wait, I think I have a higher quality version of this. I do. We're gonna use that one. Yeah, that's the HQ version. You guys all look like this.
Huh.
Well, you've always looked like this, but that is what you look like.
Holy shit.
That is confusing.
It's like Zerg, but
What's confusing? It's
eviler.
got 6 tentacles, 4 pincer arms, mouth arms. It's the beauty of life. It's natural.
I don't know, I might be Team Kish on this one.
Holy
Okay, so
shit.
I believe that these guys blew up our what's it, and anyway, we hate them.
Hell yeah, they suck, dude. These are like barbarian savages. They don't deserve to live in the Dominion.
Eat bullets. You fucking suck.
I'm gonna yell at them to get out of here and shoot at the one closer with I guess a laser rifle.
All right, you pop up out of the edge of the trench, firing a laser rifle.
Get out of here.
Just one shot.
Yeah.
All right, nearest one does indeed take that hit. Does not look bloodied yet, though.
Does he look like he's gonna leave?
No, he looks like he's getting ready to attack.
Okay. Okay.
MK.
That's the opposite of what I said.
Pathetic.
MK is going to level this degenerator. Oh, there they are. I guess, how deep is this trench we're in? And do I have line of sight to these guys?
It is 15 feet deep.
Oh, shit. Wait, how tall am I?
You guys are about 8 feet tall.
Okay. So I don't have line of sight to them, right?
Not currently, no.
I'm gonna run up there.
All right, you run up the ramp. Easily can see them now.
Thump, thump, thump. And I'm gonna blast this dude in the face with my degenerator. Which, remind me what that does? Damage-wise, please?
Which one is this, the pistol or the regular degenerator?
The regular degenerator.
If you make contact with the heavy degenerator, it'll do 9d10 acid.
Is it a melee weapon?
No, it is a long arm.
Ah, perfect.
Sorry,
Fuck.
I guess it is a heavy weapon, not a long arm. I misspoke, but that does not hit them.
No. Yeah, 3. I don't know if it matters. Okay. I guess I'll just stand there and pretend it's jammed.
All right. In Sivian, you shout your words that you said. Flack, it is you.
Okay. I will come out of this room and come around, I guess, just behind MK and take a pop at this guy. Do I have a clear line of clear shot here, or should I run past?
I'd say you could at least shoot this one, but not the other one.
Okay. Then I will do that.
Oh shoot! Sorry, these guys are large, not medium. I miscalculated. They're thick boys.
I'm assuming
That does hit.
Boys making big noise.
and the damage is 9d10 acid.
All right, 52 acid damage into the closer one. Oh,
Do I have my abilities like shot on the run, where I could like shoot and then move again, or does that go on?
Double checking if you have the abilities as well. Hold on. All right. So have your equipment just looks different.
I still have my abilities.
Sorry, there's like 5 paragraphs about this section.
Yeah, this seems cool, but also like a lot of work for the GM.
Yeah.
You, I believe, have just your gear, not those abilities.
Oh, so we still have grenades.
You do still have grenades. Okay, no. Okay, you do still have the abilities. I was wrong. God, I don't know why there's like 7 paragraphs and one says that PCs can use usual abilities. It's like one small sentence.
So
Yes.
can I run a quick
Spells?
stealth check to do my trick attack?
Yeah, I would say so. So you can use your stuff. I was mistaken. I thought you could only use the gear, but I had misread that. It's 42. That'll go. That'll do it. Let's go ahead and add that trick attack damage. Nice.
Yes,
Right.
I will. Back a little bit.
Yeah. Jax, that is you.
Gonna take a shot.
You'd have to move at least like 1 forward to hit the lower guy. You can't currently hit the top one because of the ledge.
Then I will. Total cover, is that a full round action?
Just to like take total cover.
Yeah.
I believe so. Total defense. Total defense is a standard action.
Okay. Then I'll move back here and then just total defense action.
All right. Cost, that is you.
How could you run? Battles should be destroyed.
Hell yeah.
Cost will move over here, and I don't know when I lost my eye as a Civ, but I have a robotic eye. So
You
I'm
do
gonna
indeed.
shoot
One
with
of
the
your
optical laser.
one of your 4 eyes is indeed robotic. You would have to climb out of the hole though to see them. You're 15 feet down right now. All right. You clamber up pretty easily. They have handholds.
We got our jump checks and stuff, right?
Yeah. Is this the front one or the back one? It does hit. I'm just curious which one it was. All right. Beam out of one of your new 4 eyes. Well, you've always had 4 eyes, I suppose. Any other actions? Or is it them? All right. It's their turn. You see they both hold their hands up, and those blue glowing horns begin to glow brighter. Basically, spears of ice float off the ground, and they each fling one towards one of you. As they seem to levitate the permafrost into a usable weapon. That is going to be one on Flack and one on MK. So we'll do Flack first. Thank you for the follow. Flack, that is going to be a 35 against KAC.
Miss.
All right, impacts your much superior Civ armor. And then the other one is an @1 that misses as well. They are going to take some movement though. They're going to move closer to the targets.
MK Chitter is clicking his mandibles together.
Oh yeah, lots of Civian curses happening right now. All right. Zashi, what is the move here? See, one of them is looming over you. So you would be able to shoot it from there down in the trench. It's so confusing for me to look at and not see your tokens right now. Just everyone's a civ.
So should I have climbed out of the trench before I took the shot before?
Yes, I thought you had. We could have just climbed it here. It's basically a free check because there is like steps and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you had said you have to climb out, I would have just done that.
Sure. That's totally fine.
Okay, well, assuming my sword is meant for however many tentacles one normally uses to wield a sword, we'll step up, and if I can do an onslaught, I guess I will.
Hell yeah, you see the giant Aklath looking down at you, snorting, its breath steaming up. It is a miss, then a hit.
And I typed the wrong thing.
Disgusting.
Ooh.
And I assume the last one was meant to be a melee one.
Yes, it was.
Go ahead and roll it again. It's the same bonus, so it'll hit no matter what. Just go ahead and roll the other one for terms of damage.
Okay.
Your molecule-fine sword slices through twice. That second one deals another 54. The top one is bloodied and below half. The strange, like, dark blue blood, even when oxygenated, drips out of it. MK, that is you. The masterful Civ mystic that you've always been. Magic you've learned deep in the hearts of the various sanctums of mystics.
Civilization.
Yeah, civilization. Boo. And you do have all your slots because you rested.
Suddenly remembering my innate mystical abilities.
Hell yeah.
I look at the Aklath in front of me, and I fill his mind with images of the grandeur of the Civ Dominion.
Oh, he should be honored.
He should be honored and terrified to know that there is no possible way he could ever resist our onslaught.
That is a 20 will save, as I assume you're going to ask me for.
Yes, that's correct. And it is... oh shit, that's a fail. Yep. So
he'll take full damage here.
Gotta remember. The whole, like, leveled spell thing is cool, but I'm constantly looking up, like, what's the DC at this level and what's the damage at this level. Okay.
Alright, another 40. You see one of his, like, blue glowing psychic horns sparks as he reels back. Which brings... Do you want to move away? It would provoke an op attack, but up to you. If not, it'll be flak.
Yeah, I am gonna move away.
And then I know we're a little bit over our normal bathroom break time, but this fight will, I think, be pretty quick.
Swing on a fool.
All right, flak attack. What you doing?
I am hitting the jets and coming up here.
All right, jump jets, lifting your tentacled body up to the top here.
And I will do a trick attack.
All right, go ahead and roll that stealth. That'll do. That'll exceed the DC.
And I will shoot again with the what do you call it? The knockdown heavy generator.
Hell yeah, that does hit. Vroom. This beam of, like, pulsating orange light slams into him. This is the top or bottom one?
Oh, sorry, bottom one.
Bottom one? Alright. He is also now bloodied with that 58. If that is your...
Stay right here.
Alright, Jax. You can now see both of them because they are so tall. And you've backed up to like an angle.
Yeah. I'll fire a shot at. Can I see? Oh, sorry, that's the Twitch page.
Yeah, dude, you're trying to click on the video viewer.
At this one here.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Yes, okay, top guy, go for it. You can see him.
Plus 18, you said?
It's just your regular attack, whatever you normally have.
Okay, I think 17 then.
That'll do.
And then it's 90-10?
You have the military one?
I don't know.
Which one did you grab? The pistol or the heavy degenerator?
Flack picked up the heavy.
Oh, you did?
Or do you have that Flack? Do you have the pistol or the heavy? Because you can only use the pistol for trick attack, right?
Oh, I don't know. Can I?
Well, I assume you can't use.
I have
weapons.
I think I have the heavy.
Who took
Flack's
the
got
guns? All right.
I don't know what I have.
Jax, do you want to? You could use one. We'll say there's another one in the shed. Do you want to use one of the degenerators or one of your normal guns?
Generator.
All right, cool. Another one of those big orange beams lances out. It's 9d10.
Right.
It's actually a combo. I don't think any of your guns have this. This is a combo of acid and sonic. This one's looking real bad now.
That's it for me.
Not gonna onslaught or anything? I guess not.
Nah.
All right, costs.
He's gonna 5-foot step back,
Yes, sir.
and then he's gonna gore.
Oh, baby. They also have a gore attack. Except you have horns and they have tusks. You rush forward, try to get past its tusks with your horns, which in this case on your Civ body, these are biomechanical horns. They've been implanted into your skull. Your horns and tusks get like locked up on each other. All right. The two Aklaths are gonna go. They're gonna 5-foot step. This guy's gonna 5-foot step this way, which is still near you guys. This guy's gonna move a bit farther forward, climbing into your ramp. All right. This is gonna be at Flack. I need you to make a will save as his blue horns begin to glow again. Um, 25. That is a pass, so you will have this. As it fills your mind with flurries of boars and snouts and ice everywhere. That is going to be 84 down to 42. And then the other one is going to attempt, because Koss gored him, attempt to gore Koss back.
Real quick, before he does that.
Yes.
I do have a step up and strike, so when he did a 5-foot step.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, go for it. You guys are, like, circling each other for this, like, gore attack. Go for your strike. Or is it, you have to do an additional attack, right? It's very close. They don't have super high AC. That does not get through. It is going to attempt its gore on you now. That is going to be a 32 against KAC.
That misses.
Oof, impacts your beautiful Civ energy armor and does not go through. Zashi.
In my head, it kind of looks like when Triceratops would fight. Just with horns locked.
Yeah, 100%. Alright, Zashi's turn. We'll see if she can Might be able to take this one out this turn. It's looking pretty worse for the wear.
Yep. All right, she will move forward and swing. We're just gonna go with one.
Okay. Oh, that does hit.
Okay.
It is on, like, death's door, barely alive. MK. This one is below bloody. This one is on, like, death's door. Although at the moment, you can only see the bloodied one.
Okay. I'm gonna take another shot with the degenerator and hope I get lucky.
All right, on this one.
Yeah, on that
All right,
one on the ramp.
this barrage of acid and noise. The orange beam lances forward. Does hit.
A little better. And what does the heavy degenerator do?
That's the 9d10.
Yikes.
All right, they're both looking pretty fucking bad now. This one not quite at death's door, but getting there. Flak.
Let's trick attack the southern one.
All right, go for your stealth check first. That'll do it. He's now flat-footed.
All right. Attack with my degenerator.
That'll do. And did yours have to be the pistol so you could do the trick attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so yours does 7d8.
Okay.
Not quite. That does definitely hit, by the way. Yeah. Not quite as good as the other one, but able to do this. So 42 plus flak attack.
The flak attack. I gotta hit the
Let's
flak.
see. Oh, high rolls. With the pair of those, you line up. A smaller beam of orm energy impacts its chest, which explodes into hunks of meat as it tumbles down the ramp. Dead. Jax.
I guess I will do an onslaught.
Okay.
So
Hey. That's not nice. Sorry, my cat bit me. Your onslaught is nice, but the cat was not nice.
So is the heavy thing, that is a heavy weapon, correct?
It is a heavy weapon, yes.
Okay, so these would be with plus 18 minus
6.
6.
So plus 12 on each shot.
Yeah.
All right, lay it on me.
24.
Those ones, yeah, 24 or lower. None of them hit as the beams go wide.
Okay.
Koss, it is you.
He is determined to. Oh, I don't have to move. First, he's gonna activate his combat tracking.
All right, one of your other 4 eyes is actually mechanical, glows red. He is at death's door, so you can get some hits in here. You're solid. It's gonna be just shy. Well, all right, flanking, still gonna be just shy. All right, is the last one that is left. It is going to look at Zashi here, and its horns begin to glow as it harnesses its psychic power. I need Zashi to make a will save. As you feel it reaching into your mind. That is a fail. This is not a mind thrust. It is going to rip 40 health out of your body and repair itself psychically.
That's not nice.
That is the end of its turn, though. Now it is back to you.
Oh. Well, I can't take those health back and give them to myself, but I can tug them away from him again.
That's very true.
That's what she's gonna do.
All right, that is a hit. And he is once again on like death's door. He's in single digits as you slice off one of the 3 legs. He starts staggering.
That's a good damage roll.
Yeah, that was very, very high. MK. Pretty much if you can do something, he's toast.
I will come up the ramp, level my degenerator,
Charges up.
and shoot Sashi right in the chest.
Oh, no,
27 EAC. That's just shy again. Extremely close.
Damn it.
Someone just needs to touch this thing. It's dead. Flack, it is you. As you see this thing, like ripping health away from Zashi, taking these blast sword cuts. What's your move?
All right, Black attack.
That will just barely get flak attack. That'll hit. And with one last beam of orange energy, right through its heart, another little detonation in its body. That one is dead as well. Alright, I'm going to give us XP really quick, and then we'll take our break. They each gave, okay. Everyone gets 30,720. This number. Alright. And let's take 5 or so. Go use the bathroom, whatever you gotta do, and then we'll come back and see what's next in this frozen scape. You guys still have a mission to do for your now dead commander. All right. As you guys deal with horrid Aklaths, what's your next move? Got the explosives you need.
So we gotta go find that gun emplacement, right?
Yeah, you know, you can see it across the battlefield.
But getting across
Is
the
this just
battlefield.
empty snow drifts all the way there, or
Yeah, give me a perception check. Seems to be Flack.
We should probably try to sneak through the snowdrifts.
down with being a little stealthy?
You guys make a group stealth check. Try to get your way over there. If that is the desire, feel free. Alright, we got 50.
Not my best ability.
Alright, that is a group success. I'm just going to group you guys up here. I will say, as you guys sneak your way across the blowing snowdrifts, you do get to about the middle, and you hear a much louder, like, snort, like, pig noise. And next to you, you see a mounted combatant, another one of the Aklith, who should be large-sized, riding on a huge-sized creature. You guys would know from your time fighting in the trenches on this planet, these are known as Horboars, which is a fucking outstanding name.
Wow, we should have taken 10 minutes.
They have not spotted you, so you can keep sneaking by them. Also, like, why did they name it that? It just sounds like horde. Just like a wild decision, and I don't really understand. Alright, you guys sneak by, get cover behind this drift over here, and get to the front door. The door leading into the bunker, unfortunately, is currently locked, made of a thick steel. You guys need to make an engineering check to open it.
All right, Koss, help me out here.
Cost, do you want to assist? Before I say whether that worked or not. Kosh. Alright, I will assume no. That is a success, though, as you pop the door open.
Oh, good.
Alright. Alright. The structure is the target of your mission. If you guys will make another engineering check to determine which columns are load-bearing with this explosive. Flack, on a 32, you're not quite sure at the moment. You're making a gamble here.
Somebody help me out.
Anyone else want to?
Koss.
Can I assist with my leadership?
You can if you want. Koss can also roll if you're
Oh, yeah.
would
he's
like.
back.
I don't know if he is back, not back or something. But you could also use your leadership, which, what does that add?
I think it's just a automatic success at aiding
Okay,
teammate.
so 34. That would be a success then.
Cool. Good.
Cost, you turn it, it's basically like the top right, bottom left. However, as you guys move in to set these explosive devices, there is a strange chugging machine in the center of the room that has begun to emit plaintive, ghostly cries, as well as a cold, magical aura. Who wants to go plant the explosives? Or investigate the central machine?
I'll help plant the explosives. I'm not
Yeah,
terribly
Flack would like to
perceptive,
stealthily plant the explosives.
All right.
That would be great.
Give me a stealth check to do your stealthily. Zashi, you're going in as well.
Sure.
Flack and Zashi, as you guys move your tokens in there, give me a will save as well. 36. Cost, you seem unspotted by anything.
I'd like to re-roll that.
Yeah. Go for it.
That's a lot better.
Those are both fails. You guys get a feeling like someone's walking on your grave. Chill down your spine. Both of you are currently shaken while you're in this building.
Is this a spell?
Does not. But if you guys would like to make either a
Never a
mysticism or an engineering check on the central machine. Zashi, make it as well, because it's actually relevant who is passing this.
Well, I'm not going to pass engineering, so... Nope, not going to pass mysticism either.
Flack. This machine inherently doesn't make sense to you. You don't know why, but this machine and the bunker that it is being protected by do not make sense. They feel off somehow. Flack, you gain 1 LP.
What is an LP?
Don't worry about it. How many do you have?
I have 1 already.
Nice. So now you have 2.
Is it something you want?
MK, are you trying to examine it as well?
I guess I'll have to get closer.
You would have to get a bit closer to like actually. The aura is basically 10 feet out, so you could like go just inside the door and not be in the cold aura because you can like see it glowing.
Oh, dope. Yeah.
It's not like a stealthy aura or anything. So then you got a 35 then. That is a success. Or no, that is not a success actually, unless you have anything else boosting it up.
I cannot catch a break tonight on these skill checks.
All right. That being said, there is also a weapons locker, or multiple weapons lockers around the outside. That's the main reason you're blowing it up. You didn't know that there was a weird machine in here. He sent you in here to like detonate their weapon supplies. Around the edges of this room you find one of every advanced melee weapon, long arm, or small arm of 14 level or less listed in the core rulebook.
Ooh.
However, give me a perception check because we're looking at those cabinets. You guys notice pretty quickly that when you pick one up and then pick up a second, the first one returns to the respective closet.
So we can't just stuff my whole interdimensional
You
space
cannot,
full
no.
of these weapons and take them all. Right.
Flack, you don't see it. Jax, if you want to move yourself a little bit further into the room, but you do spot something, Jax.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Oh, it was just... You said I've spotted something.
Yes, you see that there is another item that is just kind of tucked in the corner. This is actually not a part of the closets, unless you can take it as well. Oops, sorry, hold on, let me reset the music because I just turned it off. There we go. It's not in my... It's never in my compendium when I want it. This is... I will link it to you guys in a second. This is what is known as a disintegration hoop.
This is... I'm sorry. This is the center thing?
No, there's like lockers all around the outside. The reason you're trying to blow this up is that there's weapon stashes here. Was what your commander said. The weird thing in the middle, you don't know what the fuck it is. One of you has just learned that it's weird and wrong and off.
So Jax, in one of the lockers, found this ring thing.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was confused about what.
Basically, it's a 1 foot, adamantine ring. When you activate it, it completely obliterates all matter that you push through the center.
Wow.
Basically, it's
in
like
these
a little
lockers,
disintegrate spell.
You said everything over level 14?
There is one of every advanced melee weapon, long arm, or small arm of 14th level or less listed in the core rulebook. However, when you take more than one, the previous one you have taken disappears.
I would like to look for a Sheeran Eye Rifle Elite, which is a level 13.
Yeah, you find it, grab it.
I grabbed that, yes.
No else. If you don't have your item thought of, you think of one later, feel free to grab it. If it fits in any of those categories. All right. So, everyone, give me a perception check. All right, you guys are definitely going to hear them coming as they start coming down the slope. But it looks like that one rider is coming back with 2 sets of friends. We are going
Everybody
to
lock the door.
roll for initiative.
Wow. That is awful.
Yeah, it's not ideal, I will admit.
You're still going before me, bud.
All right, my Horbor. What is your fucking stats? I don't remember. Oh, terrible at initiative. My God. They just got lucky. All right. Zashi, you can feel the thunder of heavy hooves from outside. What is your move here?
Is the door where MK is?
Correct. It's just to the left of MK.
And there are no other windows and stuff, right? Because this is a bunker. That's not.
Yeah, there's not a lot of lines of sight into this bunker.
That's fair. Well, if the door isn't shut yet, she'll come over and try to push past to come outside, take some shots, and then go back inside.
All right.
Because I have the movement for all of that, so I'm just gonna put all 3 on this guy.
All right.
And we're doing the onslaught.
All right, and this is on the which one of the 6? The guy riding
the
it.
lowest.
The guy riding it, or the actual boar?
Oh, the guy riding it.
All right. If that is the case, that's gonna be a hit, a miss, and a hit for 52, and then 41 for 93.
Cool. And then I'll
Roars an outrage.
Pop back inside. In case we want to close that door and just hunker down.
Can we say that Koss came inside?
Yeah, I don't know that he's here.
I
so
know he's not around.
Oh yeah.
I'd hate for him to just get rolled.
I don't know.
No.
I was gonna try. The reason I added him was to see if he wasn't here, so that I could bring him inside. All right. Sorry, that was Zashi. Jax.
So wait, the door's closed, right? Or
I think you did. You just shut it?
Okay.
I think so.
Sasha was shooting out a window.
No, out the door. There are no windows.
So I went outside the door, I took a shot, and I came back in. So we can close the door if we want to.
Oh, okay.
Which I assume we want to before they get here. But, you know, if you want to take a shot too.
Yeah, I'll just fire at. Which one did she fire at?
The rider of the bottom left one.
Oh, okay. The rider. So I will move over here and do the same. And I will. We still have those rifles from before, right?
Correct. Yeah. They have not vanished.
All right, I'll do an onslaught with them. So, whatever these are, plus.
I'd say you probably have to move at least a little farther forward to get a shot on that guy if that's what you're going for.
Okay, then I'll go there.
Well, there's no the door. The only way to shoot out is the door where MK is. Everything else is just walls.
I didn't see the door. Sorry.
Yeah, the door's over here.
So, say there.
That's an angle. There you go. That's fine.
Okay. I thought these were doors for a second.
Oh no, those are like weird like defensive panels on the outside designed to like absorb anti-armor, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, art/R.
Okay, so
18d10 for the first.
18d10. You have the heavy degenerator. All right, hold on.
And that is a heavy, so I also had plus 17 my weapon specialization, I think.
Yes. All right, so the crit does 121. Let me double check I am doing this right. Okay. Give me a fortitude save as you deliver a shot so powerful that the degeneration of your power cell begins. You can feel that it is burning you for 30. However, the weird energies of this gun, it would have fatigued you if you had failed, but you did not fail.
Okay, but I take 30.
31. That was the 66. Also, but yeah, you also hit I think 2 more times, so this guy might just be fucking toast.
Plus 17.
You don't have to roll the third one because minimum damage you're gonna kill him on the third shot.
Can I transfer over the third shot to the?
You need the final 2. Like if this 72 doesn't kill him, but whatever I'm saying, like min damage from the next shot would kill him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could transfer it if you want, but you would need all 3 to kill the guy.
Yeah. I just got a box of treats from around the world, and I have a chocolate bar called Mozart chocolate.
Where's that from? Sounds good.
Austria.
Is it good? It sounds great.
I haven't opened it up yet. It's I think it's truffle and marzipan.
God, the only snack near me is double stuffed Oreos. I feel so basic. Fucking peasant candy.
Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to mention that.
Fair enough. All right, it is the Horrors. All right, 2 of them are going to begin to circle the bunker as they still have riders. Except for the one in the front is going to charge towards MK and try to stick its huge tusks through the door.
Don't do that.
Oh, it will.
But what if it didn't?
That is going to be a 36 for KAC.
That's my KAC exactly.
All right, then that will indeed be a hit. Thought I had one more of these dice around. Oh, there it is. Of course, I threw it on the floor immediately. Come on now. There we go. No, that was just a different dice that was also on the floor. My kid was playing my dice yesterday, and now they're just fucking everywhere. Okay, there we go. That's the one I wanted. All right, that is going to be 38 piercing damage. Or bludgeoning damage, excuse me.
Oh, thank you.
That is all it can do, though, is it tries to, like, shove itself through the door. It can't fit right now. Flack.
Okay, so there's this thing trying to get through the door, but can't fit quite right.
This is true. It can't fit in, but at the same time, you guys need to detonate these explosives, and it's not going to work if you're in here.
Right. So we need to clear the doorway. So I will move here so I can get a clean shot. And do a trick attack. Am I still sick? Am I still shaken?
Ooh, because you failed to save from the thing in the middle?
Yeah.
If you're not within 10 feet of it, then no, but you still are, I believe.
Okay. And then I will go ahead and shoot.
It'll basically end one round after you leave the radius.
Okay.
That does work for the thing, by the way.
Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of going back so I can get it right. Okay.
Woof. Yeah,
Oh,
that's not
Lord.
going to hit, unfortunately.
I miss, and then I kind of run back over here.
MK?
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot this boar in the face. Two can play at that game. Fuck.
That's not going to do it.
Yep. Awesome. Just shoot right into the door. If I... Yeah. No, I'm gonna step out of the way
melt
here.
some of the steel up, probably, on the wall.
Perfect.
Uh,
Alright.
Costs, I'm just going to skip for now, unless... Or did costs roll in?
I don't know.
Alright, well, we'll double pass for now. They are gonna pass their turn, already in action. Zashi.
I will. Would I take a penalty for being too close if I try to fire? Well, you know.
It'll take an op attack if you fire, like, point blank.
Yeah, I'll just use my sword. That's actually. I mean, if he's right there, why not? So.
Alrighty.
Onslaught. 1, 2, 3. Not
Alright, so-
amazing.
27, 26, 26. This is against the Horror. The 27 hits, the 26s do not. It's 27.
Okay.
So that is 47. Alright. Jax.
Yes.
Paprika flavored.
Oh no, my the
the
27 was 54, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry. Did I get that wrong?
I think the top one.
Oh,
For the
yes.
damage?
Sorry. It
Yeah.
was 54, yes.
That's okay. Just
So
in
that
case
is- Well, it adds more damage on there.
So these guys are just circling the building, and we don't have sight on them, correct?
Yeah, they're just circling the bunker. Like,
And
wait.
was this door still open, or is it closed?
I believe it's currently open because Zashi was slashing the Horror.
Okay. I'll fire 3 more shots at it.
Horror is an HOAR, obviously. I feel like I need to clarify that for anyone who joins the stream.
find a new way to pronounce it.
Yeah. You need a...
Par.
Does any of those add up to 27? That's what you're looking for. Does the 12 get you there to 27?
This thing is a heavy weapon, right?
Yeah.
So I have a plus 18.
So, okay, so what the
Minus
first
a-
one hits then?
6?
Oh, so plus 18 minus 6?
It would be 26, so...
Oh, just shy, yeah.
Alright.
You're trying to, like, get a shot of it. It's just, like, ramming into the building, making it shake and, like, rolling all around. Alright, the boars outside. They just be circling. That one's going to try to jam its tusk through and hit Zashi. It's going to attack twice this time. Threw that on the floor. Alright, Zashi, that is going to be... Oh, they have a different bonus. 44 and 42 for KAC.
Yeah, those both hit.
Alright.
I didn't realize he could get through the door.
Well, he's just, like, stuffing his head through and, like, slashing at you.
Okay.
He's taking penalties, but yeah, if you back up 5 more feet, he can't hit you. First one is 38. Next one is 50.
Ouch.
Flak.
Okay. I'll come up beside Zashi here. And trick attack. Now we'll use the generator. I'm assuming 35 hits.
Yeah, that'll do it. Believe it or not.
All right.
And then flak attack.
Flak attack.
Horribor is looking bloodied. Would you like to move anywhere?
Yeah, hell yeah. I want to move way back here. Out of the way.
Alright, MK.
Looking straight grizzly.
And you guys do still have you've already planted the explosives. But they are on a detonator, so they're not timed.
Can't.
Who has the detonator? Sorry, MK.
I don't think anyone declared they did.
I thought I did because I thought I.
Oh,
Also
that
took
is right.
the
I think Zashi did.
was carrying the. So I just thought I took the whole bundle.
Yeah. MK, what were you fucking critting on over there?
That's the degenerator.
Okay.
Ow.
So
What a shit roll.
we'll double it. You do it again, you crit. Alright, this thing is within a hair's breadth of death. MK.
Doesn't the degenerator have a critical ability too?
Yeah, it hurts you.
It hurts me?
Yeah.
What?
You take 23 damage. And give me a fortitude save.
MK drops it in the snow.
This is Civ technology. How dare you? You pass the save.
Fucking worthless alien garbage technology.
No wonder their civilization collapsed.
I might be dumb. Maybe it is the other way. Oh, okay. Sorry. They take the damage, but you can get fatigued. Interesting.
Oh.
So
okay.
erase the...
So I guess, yeah,
one from
erase
me.
the one that you took. So I guess it's, like, pours extra damage in, but the radiation is fucking you up, I assume is the logic.
Okay.
So,
Overcharge, but with
yeah.
a negative.
Exactly. That
Interesting.
23 will finish it off then. Sorry, with that 66 I rolled.
Yeah. Ka-chow!
Awesome.
That's the noise it makes.
Yeah. Well, it is a crazy mix of, like, acid and sonic as it, like, rips through this thing. Collapses into the snow. There's a brief spilling of, like, red out into the snow, but it's freezing almost as fast as it's spilling. I have not heard back from Koss either on here or other messages, so I'm going to toss it to them. They're going to just ready in action. Actually, one of them's going to move. The boar already moved. They're readying actions. It's fine. Zashi.
Guys, should we run for it and blow this place? Or... I mean, we could stay inside and plink away at them, but...
Did we ever figure out what this thing in the middle of the room does?
Did anyone else make a check on it? You already made your check on it, right? Who was the one that got the LP?
I got the LP.
Okay. You didn't figure it out even though you see the test. You just knew that it was wrong and off and it didn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel like there's something we need to figure out here before we blow the place, but I don't know what we need to do.
If anyone else would like to make the check that hasn't, I would imagine this is either an engineering or mysticism check.
I think I made it, but I made the check, but I failed.
You did fail the check by close, but by a little bit. I think everyone's made it.
I don't think I made it.
Oh, okay, Jax, you want to try
yeah.
engineering or mysticism?
Yeah, it has to be one or the other. It can't be both, right?
Yeah, one or the other. You get one shot at this, one opportunity. You're not sure.
God damn it!
You don't gain that sweet LP we're all craving.
Yeah, that LP. Play.
I am curious. I wonder what you got. Do any of you guys have an idea what that stands for? Any guesses yet?
Well, it's obviously a record, like an LP.
Shorter than your usual record.
I'm not gonna lie, that hadn't even occurred to me.
Inventory.
I'm just hoping it'll somehow get us back to our bodies and our gear.
You fucking
Life
youngsters.
point or level point or something.
Well, you still have your gear at least, just not your body. But why would you have a different body? This is the one you've always had. What do you mean? It's always been you. Zashi, what are you doing? There's people circling outside. You guys have explosives that you set already. What's the play here?
I'm trying to think of something that could help us be in a better position or, fight these guys. But I really should have rested before we got into this situation because
You guys rested.
in between.
Oh, you mean
fight with
a
the
short
other-
rest? Okay. I thought you meant a
Yeah,
long
yeah,
rest. I was like, yeah,
I-
you guys had a long rest. No, but yeah, you did not. I don't think you guys took a short rest.
We did not take 10, unfortunately. I don't know. I've got a grenade. If I can kind of see over here, I want to try to chuck this grenade. I think it's incendiary 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still roll for it to see if it's a crit.
Okay. Nope.
She's not a crit.
So 20-foot range.
It'll deal 2d6 fire. And they're burning for 1d6. So go ahead and roll the 2d6. Okay, they each take 8. And then the 1d6. You're both on fire for 1.
Oh, don't yawn, dude.
Sorry.
And then
Apologies.
I'll move away from the door so somebody else can... Can we close the door?
Yeah, but then you'd just be in a bunker still needing to leave eventually.
I mean, is the door, difficult to open and close?
you can
or
close
you
it.
just kind of
It's like a steel
slam
door.
it shut and, whoever... If the next person wants
10.
it open, you can open it.
You can slam it shut. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Jax, what are you thinking?
I don't know what our plan is here, guys.
Well, we got to kill these things and then blow
Just
the bunker.
detonate it. Be heroes.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Nobody said it was a suicide mission.
Nobody said
That
it
was
wasn't.
not part of his
Nobody said it
diet.
wasn't,
I haven't
baby.
even used my disintegrate yet. Let's keep fighting for a little while.
What are you waiting for? Light him up.
Let's not use it.
I forgot about it till just a few minutes ago. Not used to having magic shit. We've all like tried to see what this thing in the middle of the room is, and nobody succeeded, so that's kind of off the table.
People have succeeded at the check. It just didn't reveal anything. You just knew that it was wrong and off.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that means. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd say
it is certainly
hasn't
odd.
tried yet,
It's
right?
true.
I mean, I can roll for a cause. Hold on. Let me pull up his actual sheet.
But like, use your loaded die to roll for a cause.
I was just gonna roll it on roll 20.
Use that special D20. That's all 20.
It's honestly with this AP, I'm like have lost so much ability to actually use my dice anymore, just because there's so many insane rolls that I can't figure out
so
without
many
math.
bonuses. It's just like I can't.
All right, so this is gonna be he'll do engineering. Also not a success.
So we can't
So
figure it out. So it doesn't matter anyway. We just need to blow this place. We have our things set. Let's see if we can get out of here.
Just run for it.
I don't know.
You could.
What's the minimum safe distance on these charges?
These are a rel charge. There's a lot of tech stuff they added for these fuckers. Hold on.
I mean, we could stay in here until we've, because hopefully these idiots will come up to the door and we could just attack it like we've been doing.
These
Until they're
Definitely.
gone.
the only
soften up
one
from
that's
here
been
before
doing
we-
that was the one that didn't have a rider anymore. The other riders appear to be keeping them safe. Minimum safe distance would be, you think, probably like 40 feet.
Well, that's not bad.
This is an extremely
Wow.
damaging. It's basically gonna like forcing the molecules into this like non-existent state, which is extremely powerful but extremely localized.
Nobody has less than 40 feet of movement, right? We can just bunch at the door and then all go at once, and then when we get 40 away, we light it up.
We wouldn't benefit from any of our implants, right?
No, you do. They. What do you
Oh.
mean? When you were a young Civ lad, they were implanted into this body.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Your tentacles have shock gauntlets that are just on the tips of the tentacles. It's great.
I'm gonna take the run action and go.
Your tentacles that don't have knuckles have shell
I'm not
knuckles.
in my power armor. I'm gonna move 100 feet.
All right, Jack's barging through the fucking door with the power armor, barrels through the snow as you hear like wee 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 wee, like loud snorting coming from behind you.
Just everybody double move and get the fuck
Well,
out.
Grab
man.
the detonator. What I'm going.
All right, the Horboars are starting to run after you, but they are not nearly as fast.
If they're within 40 feet when it goes off, that would be too convenient.
Yeah, the one behind the building can't even see what's going on, right?
It cannot.
But he heard the weird pig language from the other one.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
All right, they're running after Flack. Jack's just leading them on a merry fucking chase out there.
I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to cast this disintegrate and see what happens for a resolve point.
Oh hell yeah! Which on who?
Oh, that's horror.
The Horboar. There was way
Right
too
here.
long a pause. All right.
I guess it's just my regular attack, right?
I think disintegrate just hits. I believe
Oh, okay.
it's just a fortitude save, which it definitely failed.
Okay, and the damage is
14d20.
Whoa.
Adios.
Yeah, it's absolutely filthy.
Really makes me wish I had gone Necromancer. Technomancer. Or Necromancer.
It is still alive. That devastated it. It is like shuddering and not from the cold.
Okay, and I will keep moving on.
Beam fires out of your tentacle. Keep moving through the snow. MK.
Out of there.
All right. Well, I don't. Guess I can run past that one towards Flack. Flack, you shot the one nearest to Jax with your
this
disintegrate?
one right here, I believe.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty low now after taking 149 damage, believe it or not.
I believe it.
Such an insane, like, I've never once seen like D20 be like the result of damage.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
like starship damage.
That's fucking actually insane.
God, stop it.
And I'll have
Sorry,
Cost move on his turn as well. I don't know if maybe he just had to step away or
out
something.
there, and I'm gonna take another shot with the degenerator, and maybe I'll put this guy down. Maybe.
Cost will double move like that on his turn. That is a hit. Beam slams into the boar as it punches out like through one side of the ribs, out the other side as the orange beam like just goes straight through. That one is done. Its rider topples to the ground. Save. Is prone.
Maybe you should have more than 3 legs.
It's clearly shouting something extremely angry at you, but you guys have not bothered to learn Aklath, because why would you? They fucking suck.
Speak your barbaric language.
Speak Civ or die.
Anything else, MK?
No, that was move and shoot, so I'm done.
Also, here is like the crazy art they added for this part of the adventure, even though it's not super relevant. I just thought it was cool.
That's good art.
That is pretty cool.
All right, that's
Sick,
MK.
motherfucker.
Cost did that double move to get to here. It's these guys' turns. One is gonna stand up, and point at MK. MK makes will save. The other one's pointing at Jax. The two of you make will saves.
Fuck these guys. Must not know who I am.
Jax, the pass. How would they know such a civ would be so willful? That is also a pass.
Barely. God, I'm rolling trash.
Jax, yours is 87 halved to 43. MK, yours is, if Roll20 wants to catch up to me here. What the hell? Okay, there we go. It's just lagging with the typing. MK, exact same thing. Very weird, but yes, yours is also 43. That is Zashi's turn.
All right. So we still have all the weapons on the walls, right?
Yeah, well, presumably you guys probably grabbed one already.
But if I were to grab a different one now, I could then put it back?
The other one that you have would instantly vanish.
Yeah. So, since I'm still inside, I would like to grab a storm dusk rifle,
Oh.
which I've always wanted to try. It fires in a line.
Okay.
So I'd like to come out here line up a shot on the first guy, and I think that the way it works is if I hit him, it'll keep going and also shoot as long as they're in a straight line.
I think it keeps going in a straight line even if you don't hit him, right?
Yeah, even if it goes through.
Okay.
Oh,
I've never
Appears to
seen
be
one with a
multiple
line
creatures,
property. Yeah.
obstacles. Attacking with such here.
I'll
This
make
is
a
from-
single attack roll, compare it to the relevant. Yes, I think you make an attack roll against everyone in the line.
Okay. So it's just one roll. If they had different AC, it would potentially be a different outcome.
I think
that
you
kind
just
of
make an attack roll against each of them, like one at a time.
thing. Oh. I'll take that too.
Oh no, it is a single attack roll compared to the relevant armor class. Okay. So
Okay,
one
yeah.
attack roll and then compare it to all three of them.
All right, so I'll
That's
just roll
dope.
a d20
I didn't even know that was
plus
a
my-
property. Oh, it's from a different AP. That's when they added them.
There's a spell
Ooh.
like that too. I just got it.
That is a hit on all three of them.
Nice.
Awesome. Wait, so what was the actual damage for this
It's
thing?
like 4d6.
Just got
I
excited
think.
about the property. Yeah, 4d6 cold and energy, I guess.
And electric, yeah.
Electric, yeah. Alright. I'm assuming I only rolled that once.
Yes. And I'll subtract it from each of them.
And then I would also add whatever I normally add to a ranged attack, right?
Correct, yeah. Yes. All right, all three of them take 28.
Garbage. Well, yeah, pretty garbage rolls, but still, that was kind of fun.
It is very cool. It's doom, blue beam of energy just lances across. Spears
Yeah,
all
they
three
all
of them.
take that damage, right? So
Yeah,
really
they
you've
all
done
take it.
3 times 28 damage.
Yeah.
So almost 90.
The only problem with this is it's unwieldy, so I don't think I can refire it again. Yeah, it has to cool down in between times when you fire it.
I think on wheeldays you just
can't-
can't multi-attack with it, I thought.
Yeah.
Typical...
Makes me think of the beam
Yeah,
cannon
you know
from
what?
Pickle Rick.
Can't attack. with it you can you just basically you can't make more than one attack per round with it.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I like it enough. Just gonna throw it on her back and run with it. Since we're all running.
Nice. Are you sprinting away?
What's the range of the detonator?
Near
Oh, that's a
infinite.
good question.
Near infinite.
Oh. Okay, awesome.
System wide.
Not that far.
Okay, so I'm gonna run to like here. I don't want to bunch us up too much, but don't want to get too far either. Okay, that's me.
Cost, are you back?
Cost?
Oh, sorry. I thought I saw him pop up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Long story, but I'm back.
Yay!
Basically, you guys are trying to run away to detonate the bomb.
Sorry, man,
Um,
you're dead.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Jax has the detonator, I believe, right? Or who snagged it?
No, Kashi. Excuse me.
Zashi.
Zashi.
Zashi still has it.
Kashi
Currently,
cereal.
currently, Zashi and MK are the only ones in the blast radius still.
Sashi won't push the button yet.
Don't wait for me.
What's your
Don't
plan,
wait
Jax?
for you.
Jax.
Jax? Are you muted? Or eating
Oh, sorry.
delectable chocolates?
Yeah, with his Austrian chocolate.
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry.
Rubbing it in everybody's nose.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Must be nice.
Come back down to Earth and kill space pigs with us. God.
Whore. Whores.
Fuck. I wish. I don't know if it was like the author of this one of the 8, like this specific book that made the Horror Wars, or someone else made it. But I want to know who made it. Like, was it
Well,
was it
I
Ron
Horror
Lundin?
is just another.
Horror
Horror is a.
It is like
Yeah,
Horror
it's a-
Frost, but like it is crazy sounding. Like, if I was gonna name this, I would.
Say it
My
out
first
loud
thought wouldn't have been
before it.
Horbor. Yeah, I guess they might just not have said it out loud. Could have called it
Things you don't know.
Frostbore, or like something like that. It has to be a Horbor. But I'm talking about it, so I do love it.
You're thinking of Hoorbor.
Horbor.
Hooer.
Basically,
Maybe they were Canadian.
these two dudes, those guys are slightly injured. They've all taken 28. The pig's taken a bit more. The Horbor.
What are you doing in there, pig?
I'm gonna aim at the Horbor in front of me.
Okay. God damn, fucking still critting.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so that'll deal double the damage plus 6d6 from the degeneration effect, and then you make a fortitude save.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I rolled a 66. You do pass the fortitude just barely, and then add that 66 might be enough to push you over the edge.
Oh, I roll it?
Yeah, I was rolling before because I didn't really understand what was happening. I was being a fool. Oh my god, what a roll!
Nice.
5, 4, 6, 4, 2, 6. Jesus. Yeah, the degeneration. You see, it's like almost like that Halo effect where the Forerunner guns like disintegrate them into little pieces. That's what's happening here.
Oh, he's out without his ride.
Yeah, and that means he's gonna make an acrobatics check here, just like his friend, and is also prone.
And I
Just
don't know
fucking
if the
face down.
second one would hit him or not. But
What was the would be 26?
I think so, yeah.
That wouldn't hit him now.
Okay.
Presumably he like flops onto the permafrost and the snow and you just don't get a clean shot. The boars are all dead. Flack, that is you.
Okay. Well, Civ Flack really likes this disintegrate thing. So he's going to cast it again on this guy right here.
I don't know how many uses you have.
Son.
Let me see. What did I say?
For a resolve point.
Oh yeah, it's just a fucking resolve point. Yeah, go for it. All right, fortitude
yeah,
save. Oh my god, nat 1. Go ahead and roll 14 t20 again. Sweet Jesus. Oof. Yeah, he's way past bloody now.
Yeah. I like this magic stuff. And then I kind of run over.
This is
here.
a natural thing you can do. You've always been able to do this since you were born.
Yeah. Awesome. I am awesome. Always have been.
All right. Cool. That's gonna be MK. MK, you're definitely still within. You're not at minimum safe distance yet. Gotta be one past Zashi to be safe. Come on, guys. You gotta kill this weapons repository.
Move there, and is readying. Well, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just gonna shoot at it.
Oh, okay.
Move and shoot.
That'll do it.
Bang, bang.
Nice. Fuck you, 3 legs.
Bottom Aklith. That's exactly what the Civ would be screaming shit like that. This one's almost dead. Looking extremely bad after that disintegrate and then another blast from the rifle. Or heavy disintegrator. Koss,
MK smells bacon.
you are already safe from the potential detonation. Well, really certain detonation once you guys press the button. What would you like to do? Or would you just try to like hunker down and take total defense? Alright, you get the extra 4 AC. The other one's going to stand up out of the snow. And they're going to point at Flack and Zashi. Each of you make another will save. Flack, it's a pass. You feel your muscles start to stiffen up, but you shake it off. Zashi, that is also a pass. Alright, it's Zashi's turn, and you have the detonator, so you can take a move and an action here if you want to blow it up.
Yeah. I'll run and blow it up.
Alright. You run forward, press down on this strange, not even like a humanoid detonator, it's just like this weird spherical shape. You like wrap a
it's not
circular
weird. It's
tentacle around.
like made for tentacles.
It's true. I guess weird on a meta level for us. As you detonate, there is a bunch of like weird glowing orange particle energy. You guys would obviously know that this is, of course, Rel state energy. Rel state being a quantum hyperspace effect accessible only by Civ and Civ technologies. And that quantum interactions rips the molecules apart, and the bunker is a few piles of ash. As that happens, I need everyone here to give me a will save. As you guys can hear echoes of other civs cheering in Civian around the field.
Oh dear.
Jax, Flack, both fail. Nothing happens. Oh, Jax re-rolling. I assume you're muted right now. I didn't say
I'm
that.
gonna re-roll
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Jax, you get an LP. Zashi gets an LP. MK gets an LP. Flack does not. No one's at 3 right now, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
That is also a fail cost. You guys hear civs cheering in the distance. You see the two acolytes near you guys just collapse. Well, the one far, this one is destroyed, but the one in the back just kind of collapses to his knees. As he collapses to his knees, where is it? I need all of you guys to make a perception check.
MK with 45. Damn.
MK is the only one to pass.
Sorry, I'm rolling.
An MK, that is a another LP for you.
Nice.
Are you at 3?
No, that's 2 for me.
Okay, that won't matter right now then. As the cheering goes, you guys see a rapid sequence of flashes of images. You see you guys returning on a Civ dropship to the camp, being hailed as heroes, then going back to your home world of Davarex and being like paraded through the streets, getting accolades, propaganda publications about how you broke the will of the brave acolyths with your destruction of their arms repository. As all these quick fire like events flash by your eyes, MK, something leaps out at you. One of the news feeds specifically leaps out at you. There is a headline that rather changes the context of what's happening. The headline reads, "Attackers destroy Aklith Military Hospital to demoralize the enemy and win the war." In that moment, MK, you were quite positive that that was indeed not a bunker.
Got him.
Oh.
But we saw the weapons.
Yeah. You sure did.
So maybe that damn thing in the middle was showing us what we wanted to see instead of what was really there.
Alright, so you guys
Well,
have not gone.
it's a military hospital. I guess they could have, weapons for defense or something.
As the images start to slide to an end, you guys flickering see some holographic text floating in front of you as you're going down the street in a parade. You see what looks like floating letters in front of you, but darkness behind them. And yet you know instantly what they're trying to say. In front of you, there are 2 phrases. There is a socially appropriate party and medical miracles.
Sorry, what was the second one?
Medical miracles.
Huh?
Sorry. A socially appropriate party or
No, sorry,
medical miracle, which is hard to say, admittedly.
That was just general confusion.
All right, what do you guys do? Quick decision.
Medical miracles.
Appropriate party.
You got 1 for each. You got seconds left. Someone to sway the vote. Right. All of a sudden, the socially appropriate party glows. For finishing this mission here, you guys are gonna get some XP for the monsters. Everyone gets 46,080. And then after the monsters, for completing this part, everyone is going to get a story award of 76,800.
Man. Does that get us up to the threshold?
No, we're 320 XP short.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. We're 33,000.
Okay, that's well more.
Sorry. I don't know, one more fight like that.
All right. With that in mind, we are gonna a little bit of theater of the mind here right now. A new scene stretches in front of you. A wide swath of swampland, stretching out in rolling, tree-studded hills and bogs. Titanic buildings of an immense city spread out from all the edges of the swamp, giving the area the constrained feel of a city park, despite its size. A metal tower, less than 3 feet in diameter, extends upward from a nearby hill, like a tall antenna or an electronic signaling tower. A throng of tentacled aberrations mingle in and around a grand pavilion tent, decorated with violet streamers and topped with a holographic sign in Sivian blinking, "Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations." One of them approaches, holding forth a metal cup filled with a frothing liquid in the crab-like claw dangling just under their face. "Many felicitations on the impending arrival of your spawn, Veheranch. Your joy is presumed." You guys realize that the Civ is speaking to all of you collectively. The congratulations are for you. Although he holds only one cup. Notably, you each take a copy of the cup. Give me a will save from all of you. Also, your LPs have now reset.
Reset meaning what?
They're
Like
at you have 0. Flack, pass. MK, fail. Koss, pass. Jax, pass. Zashi, fail. Everyone that passes gets 1 LP. As they noticed this didn't really make sense. He was talking clearly to one person, Veheranch, and had 1 glass to pass out, and yet each of you got a glass. That does not make sense.
Are you a simulation?
You guys are free to go and enjoy the party. There's sour alcoholic refreshments. The park is open to be strolled. What do you guys do? You're at a party of Civ. with everything I described before. What's the move?
Do we have any feeling or indication that this is not right? That this is weird?
Yeah, the three of you that passed do. You guys could look around. You guys could attempt to interact with like the 3-foot wide metal tower you saw. You could go to the tent. What are you guys thinking? Could drink.
What's up with that tower?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Go ahead, and as you are examining the tower, where is it? Give me a engineering check. You pinch yourself with your crab pincer things, and it hurts a little bit. Flack, this tower, you examine it. It appears to be emitting some sort of broad spectrum psychic effect. More than that, you can't say.
It's a tower like. I'm sorry if I missed it, but like a tower in the sense of like a.
It's basically just like a solid metal tower, 3 feet in diameter, like a really thick antenna.
3 feet in diameter, and how tall?
It doesn't give an exact height, but it is very clear. It's like way taller than you guys, like standing up on a hill. I would estimate, we'll say like 15 to 20 feet tall.
And am I right next to this tower, or do I need to go up to it?
Presumably you probably got a little bit closer to investigate it.
I'd like to just take out my knife, my switchblade, and just kind of scratch at it to see what happens. Like, what does it do?
You scratch at it. You don't seem to be able to leave a visible mark. It does kind of feel like your hand or your tentacle is like if you rubbed a hand over an old like an old cathode TV or whatever. It has that like layer of static. Feels like that.
So I have
sorry, go ahead.
I have a zip stick, which administers a small jolt of electricity. I'd like to pull it out and just give it a little pop to see what happens.
I see kind of a little bit of electricity crackles over the surface. Doesn't seem to do anything, though.
I drop down my X-ray visor and I see if I can see anything inside.
Trying to see inside from what?
I have my X-ray visor. I'd just like to look inside the thing, inside the tower.
It appears to be solid metal.
What kind of metal is it?
So give me a physical science check. Not exactly sure what has been blended, but it kind of reminds you of that, like biometal you guys had in that first snow town when you went down underground. From like the Civ installation.
Okay.
As you're poking around it, another Civ comes up to you. One that you immediately think like, oh, that's Trevial. Their names are very hard to say. Spoiler for Civ people. You would know that this is your spawn mate, basically like a sibling. Oh, as he approaches, of course, accolades for your pending progeny. Your joy is presumed. I admit I am a little embarrassed, Veheranch, that I feel like I didn't assist in the party prep enough, but the social function seems to be going well. Give me a sense motive check.
Everyone or just?
Yeah, everyone. You guys are all in the same spot talking to this person. Flack and MK, Veher Anch's spawn mate Charville, and Cosmo as well. There is a undercurrent of animosity, as if you guys are distinct rivals, you and this person.
Enough that we might just slit his throat and leave him here, or
Probably not that. That's straight up murder. Probably pretty frowned upon.
Well, I mean, there's rivalries and there's rivalries, right?
Yeah, enough that you think like you would be happy to see this person fail.
Okay.
Well, again, your joy is presumed, and blessings upon your soon-to-be progeny. As this one scuttles away, give me a perception check as well. Koss and MK, you see Shreville slip behind a copse of mangrove trees and begin taking out their actions on hapless slaves, such as bantrids, these weird corvid-looking quadrupeds, furred humanoids, out of frustration. MK and Koss, you guys get 1 LP as you witness this. At this point, you guys are kind of superimposed in multiple places of the party, despite the fact all of you are positive you are Veher Anch.
Hair Anch.
I will put it in chat.
Yeah, hunch.
Veher
Is that where
Anch.
Jack's got his chocolate from?
Yeah, this is Austrian chocolate brand. Alright, let's make some rolls here. Alright. Flack. Approaching Flack Veher Anch. Another Civ approaches you. And again, they give that same platitude. Accolades for your pending progeny, your joy is presumed. This one you would know is a Hanatuk. They mentioned to you several times that their participation in events such as this, it's well beneath their social station. But I have come to many other important events at the time, and even though I'm missing some parties, I felt compelled to come see what you're up to. Give me a sense motive check. Just the one he's talking to. Just Flack. You sense he's not being entirely truthful, but that he wants to be seen as magnanimous. You get the sense that this is someone of like higher social standing. If you wanted to ask them for like boons and stuff, this is the person to ask. Do you say anything to them?
Hey, look. Yeah, I say, hey, look. I know you're not being totally truthful with me, but I am in need of some help. And I'm wondering if you could, as part of my recent adventures, I've done some things. If you could give me some boons, I would appreciate that. I wouldn't let anything come back to you, but I would appreciate that, and I understand if you say no.
Give me a diplomacy check with a +4.
Nice.
38.
All right. I'm gonna spoil the surprise a bit, but I did plan to gift you several new household slaves to add to your current stable. I know you don't have a lot of room for any additional slaves, but, well, they hardly need any personal space anyway.
That's true. They can basically sleep on each other.
Quite, exactly.
Oh,
A pleasure, a pleasure. Well, I must away to more lucrative parties. Thank you. Give me, you actually, because you succeeded at that diplomacy just barely, you gain an LP. What are you at LP-wise, Flack?
We went to 0, right? And
Yes.
so I have 2.
Okay.
I have 2 total.
All right, Jax. Or should I say Jax Veheranch. One of your coworkers, Cruz, is coming up to talk to you. Oh, Veheranch, I've missed you at the research facility. It's been such a prolonged absence. Can I... Well, I'd like to share the research, but I don't know that... Do you have the proper clearance still? If you want to make a culture check, Jax, you can.
To be culture.
I'm rolling these randomly, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not singling you out.
Oh, there it is.
Not enough to get an LP. Ah, well, it's nothing you need to know about, just a bunch of bantred slaves. I'll talk to you about it later. Zashi Veheranch. You see Nixkesk approaching you. A rather fussy traditionalist, a ceremonial priest. Oh, Veheranch, this pavilion tent is unacceptably a modern hue. And the attendees, a very inauspicious multiple of sacred numbers, very clearly.
Yes. I know who this is.
You know this is Nixkesk, a ceremonial priest. You would think you kind of want to not have her be upset at this party. If you want to try to make a mysticism check to see if you can solve this problem of the wrong sorts of multiple of numbers and whatnot.
Sure. Once in a blue moon. Nope, not today.
Well, I'm sure other portents will go our way. And once again, they have that same thing, like, your pleasure is assumed. Congratulations. Alright. Heading up over to, Kos. You kind of straighten up a little bit. Coming towards you is Skreasol. He is a professional party critic in the higher echelons of Civ society. Having someone like this attend and provide up-to-the-moment social media impressions is a mark of great prestige for you. This particular critic, Skrasul, rather gregarious, quick to identify roles and relationships with other partygoers. If you'd like to make a culture check on them. This would be Kos's culture. Kos culture. Bumping it up to a 30 because you had a bonus from something else. That will work. You start chatting with him, and Skresul is like, look, I must admit, I have an enormous banks of slaved minds working to cross-promote my reviews. Most critics, of course, have the slave networks, but I'll let you know, I have more than 100 slaved minds working round the clock. Isn't that impressive, Veheranch? Kos, you blink a little bit. Again, this feels weird and wrong. You also gain an LP. What is Kos at?
He is now at 3.
You're at 3? Alright, give me one second. Okay. As you blink Kos, you get this feeling it's like, that's wrong, that's messed up. He's got 100 minds slaved just to cross-pollinate his social media. As you get 3 LP, you guys see the party kind of fade into the background again. And this time, very briefly, You guys see 3 more sets of words floating in darkness. Medical miracles, exemplary education, tormented by the Kishali, and exit. What do you guys do?
I really want to see tormented by the Kishali.
Can you say that again?
There is medical miracles, exemplary education, tormented by the Kish Ali, and one that just says exit.
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 Exit, for the love of God.
All right, you guys hit exit. There is a brief flash of a message. Insufficient conditioning for exit.
Damn.
Tormented.
You see the same 3 pop up again.
Yeah, sure.
Medical miracles?
Medical miracles, exemplary education, or tormented by Kishali. You guys 2 for medical?
Tormented.
Medical.
I'm down for whatevs.
All right. With that in mind, then, give me 1 second. Let me gather your Kish forms, or your Civ forms, not Kish forms.
My theory is that when we walk past that store, like, they pump drugs into the room, and we're all just tripping balls right now.
It's very possible. All right, let me drop you guys over here.
It's 11:01, by the way.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up in a sec. We're just gonna set up this one, I think. I don't think we're gonna have time to get all the way through. All right, you guys are gonna be starting out in this hallway over here. There's a lot of it was hard to predict this path because you guys could always choose something different.
Yeah, it's a lot of options. Not sure what they are, but
All right, I'm gonna switch us to a new map here. If it'll let me reveal this. There we go. Actually, you need to see a bit more so you can see that door. Okay. All right. You guys would know that you are currently walking through the Argent Pearl Medical Center. As you enter this hallway from the north, you see that, well, you hear, there is screaming coming from a corridor to the west, just past a holographic sign reading, "No unauthorized admittance." A bank of monitors on the wall registers the motion of fluid filling the halls. So as you kind of look at these monitors, there is active fluid moving across the floors.
Like how deep?
Currently, not very deep. You think if you don't move, it'll start going on your boots and having an effect. You think if you don't move stealthily, the flood is going to increase as you trip a sensor. So this would be a group stealth check to go by the sensors. Okay, 27. Okay, that is not a group success. You guys try to sneak by, making your way to the next hallway junction. But before you can get all the way down, the fluid around you begins to solidify and try to hold you in place. I'm going to make a roll for each of you guys. And after this, we will end. We'll see who's going to get grabbed, and then we'll end there. Okay, we'll just go down the left and down the right. Flack, what is your KAC +4?
KAC +4 is 41.
All right, you managed to stay out of the hardening goo. Zashi, what is your KAC plus 4?
That would be 41.
41. You are not grabbed.
Okay.
MK, what is yours?
40 even.
All right. You are grabbed.
Of course.
So if you are not grabbed, go ahead and move yourself into the next hallway right here, just like right in the entrance. Jax, what is yours? KC plus 4?
AC plus... without the extra dimensional armor?
No, it still counts. You're basically wearing a version of extra dimensional armor as a Civ.
Okay, 49.
You are grabbed, unfortunately.
What?
Flack, you were not grabbed, right?
Right.
Okay, so Flack will make it over there. Koss, what is your KC plus 4? Koss is also not grabbed. And going back to our stealth checks, Flack, we are resetting again, but you get an LP because you did a better stealth than everyone else.
Okay.
Flack, you're in a mundane hospital. 2 of your friends are now have their tentacles stuck in hardening goo, which is rapidly pouring up their bodies to try to surround them. That is an insanely harsh security measure for a mundane hospital. You get 1 LP as you make this realization.
Okay.
And we will stop there. Come back next time. Before we go, I am curious.
3 total, right?
It reset from the party, so you should be at 0.
Oh.
They basically reset each
From the-
scenario that's happening.
Okay, so.
So you're yeah. Before we go, does anyone have any guesses as to what LP might be besides an album?
Like a level point or life point or something. Like I think once we get
Some guesses here. I like
Loyalty
those.
point.
Loyalty, interesting.
Logic point.
Logic's pretty good too. All right. Well, 2 of you are currently getting grappled and potentially crushed by this overwhelming goo litmus paper, which we will resolve next time. Yes?
I do want to know, what on earth did they roll to beat my KAC?
He rolled like a 19, plus the goo has a very high bonus.
Yeah, because he beat 49, so like 50 something.
Yeah, he got like 50. He got,
So
I believe,
no.
52.
So yes, so no way I could have beaten that.
No, I mean, it was an insanely good roll. I'll tell you right now, they basically, it had plus like 33 to grab you. Yeah, dude, this is fucking hospital goo. It's got good grabs. All right. Well, with that,
We've all got our lover points.
yeah, you got your LPs.
God.
We'll see why there might be screaming coming from the western hallway, and why. Well, only one of you noticed that that's a weird defensive measure for a hospital to have. But what the fuck is going on? And why?
Well,
Probably
It's a
one of these
sticky
psychos
situation.
beating their slave victims.
Could be. And also, you know, not that in character you've ever been anything else in your lives, but out of character, why the fuck are you guys civs?
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, no, I'm stuck on that.
Yeah, understandably so. Alright, well, we will come back next week and discover, hopefully, the answers.
Sounds good.
Alright, talk to you guys then.
Thanks, guys.
Right.